He loves it. He loves it.
Hey, congratulations on, you're going to do Monday night some games on ESPN, like an alternate broadcast with Eli?
Yeah, it's kind of like you're watching a game at a bar and me and Eli show up and watch the game with you. It's kind of the theme. We're not going to be, in a booth. They said with my forehead and my neck, I couldn't fit in a booth, Joe. So I can fit on my couch. I can fit in my couch at home, and Eli can be on his couch. But we're going to watch football. It was just too good of an opportunity to watch football with your brother, to tell stories, to talk a little football. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And y'all are going to be bringing in some special guests, I understand?
That's right, Troy. You're already signed up for the third quarter of week 3. You don't know it yet, but I've talked to your agent. But yeah, we're going to have all kinds of guests that love football, like to talk ball, like to have fun, and I'm looking forward to it.
Malik Turner made that last catch to set up third down, I believe, as the game is already getting away from us. Third down at 3 here in Canton. Here's a serious question, though. You went out on top. You won it all with the Denver Broncos. Were we aware of what you were dealing with that nerve damage in your neck? Did you ever really let on all the things you had to put up with?
Well, certainly that year I got injured, and that year of an off season, trying to get healthy and trying to get a new team. You don't want to just tell everything to the public, because you're trying to get healthy and you're focused on that. But Denver was great. Welcomed me. They got a little turnover there. They recovered it. Denver was great, Joe. They welcomed me with open arms, kind of put in a lot of my Colts plays into the Broncos playbook. That helped in my transition. I never felt like I was the same player as I was in Indy, but I still kind of learned to figure out to move the chains, and had a lot of fun playing in Denver.
Yeah, I think you can probably relate a little bit to, Ben Roethlisberger.
That's right.
He's coming off of that elbow injury. He played last year, wore down at the end of the season, and in a lot of ways, they're trying to take a little bit of the pressure off of him and running the football, a little bit like what they were able to do in Denver around you.
Which is exactly what you need at that age. I saw Ben before the game. He told me just that he feels good, that he's adjusted some things at this age and his point in his career, and I could see Ben having a big year this year.
Well, it's an honor. It was an honor watching you play, and thanks for stopping by. Congratulations.
Thank you, Joe. Appreciate it.
Enjoy every second of it.
Pal.
With the great Archie Manning, who's going to present him for enshrinement here in Canton. Steelers ball when we come back.
If Mark, Mr. Cartoon Machado, didn't have the fighting spirit to draw out his passion, he never would have turned chrome into a canvas. If he let a lack of tools stop him, he never would have started tattooing using a homemade machine. And if he listened to those who said you need an art degree, he never would have perfected the street look that made him a street legend. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
NFL Fantasy is back.
Let's go!
For the biggest season ever. More catches, rushing yards, touchdowns, and fantasy points. From the best in the league to the rookies that could make this your year. Just sign up and draft. It's easy to play. Optimize your lineup with one click.
Oh, have some of that!
And watch exclusive player stories.
Miraculous!
NFL Fantasy. It couldn't be easier to play. Download the NFL Fantasy app today.
August 25th on FS1. The MLS All-Star Game takes center stage as the best of the MLS unite for a showdown against Liga MX. The MLS All-Star Game, August 25th on FS1.
Are you searching for something? All you have to do is ask.
Welcome to Fantasy Island.
Do try to have some fun.
Want to join me in the shower?
This is intense.
I love my job.
Let the adventure begin.
Fantasy Island, series premiere Tuesday on Fox.
Today's game is sponsored by Modelo. Root for those with a fighting spirit.
The Black College Football Hall of Fame will have a permanent home at the Pro Football Hall of Fame to tell its story. 33 members of the Pro Football Hall of Fame, including more than 10% of the players enshrined in Canton, are from an HBCU, including our own Michael Strahan. The Black College Hall of Fame Classic between Grambling State and Tennessee State coming up September 5th here at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. Bill Nunn, longtime scout for the Pittsburgh Steelers, going into Canton, Ohio with enshrinement this weekend. Writer for the Pittsburgh Courier, scout funneled guys to the Steelers like Shell and Blunt and L.C. Greenwood. Long list. And a well-deserved honor. Rudolph just has to fire it out of play. Let's go down back to the field and check in with Aaron Andrews with Zeke.
Well, Ezekiel Elliott assures me that Feed Zeke, the gifts, the T-shirts aren't dead after you've lost 10 pounds in the offseason? New training? What did you do?
Just cleaned up the diet a little bit.
Okay.
A little bit different training. Just definitely made an emphasis to get lighter coming into the season.
Yeah, and we talked about this when you walked over, just chomping at the bit to get going. Last year, obviously, a difficult season. You had mentioned to me a few times, mentally draining. Anything else besides the diet, the training that you addressed in the offseason heading into this year?
I mean, that's it. I don't think I needed much motivation after the year we had last year. Then also seeing my teammates, who were injured during the season have to get back in and start rehab, and just seeing how hard they're working, just needing to be out there with them.
Yeah, and one of those guys I'm sure you're talking about is Dak Prescott. You mentioned being upset he wasn't around last year, as was your entire team. He's not here. All the talk has been obviously on that shoulder. How's he doing? How is he looking?
He's doing good. He's doing good. He's working on it. He's working to get back on the field, and not too early.
Thanks for stopping by. Glad the Feed Zeke gifts aren't done. Oh, what do we got?
We got a big completion, Aaron, to Chase Claypool, who had to reach out, being covered by Nashawn Wright, the rookie from Oregon State. 45 yards, and then Claypool is banged up at the end of this as he had to lay out for it.
Well, Claypool, it looked like right there. Yeah, I thought it in real time that he got a little bit of a push on Nashawn Wright. He's able to secure the ball, but yeah, this is look at him.
They'll check on him. Looked like a good catch with that replay. Will the 45-yarder stand? We'll find out on the other side of it.
The all-new Honda Civic is designed to move you. In fact, Car and Driver has called the Civic more fun to drive than top competitors, because in their performance testing, the Civic was the quickest around the track, with more power and sharper handling on its rides. The all-new Honda Civic, built for all kinds of fun. Get a great deal on the Civic. Contact your Honda dealer today or shop online.
Introducing our new nuggets. This time we come in peace. 8-piece. Juicy, crispy, and delicious. Get nuggets delivered exclusively on the Popeyes app.
No.
Want him?
I like him.
Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up messes quicker and is 2 times more absorbent so you can use less. Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Ritz Cheese Crispers, where the crispiness of Ritz meets the bold taste of cheese.
I need a bite.
Try cheesy, crispy Ritz Cheese Crispers. Only from Ritz.
June, August 21st, live on pay-per-view. Buy now on the Fox Sports app and watch on any screen you want.
The NFL season kicks off with Cowboys Bucks, Thursday, September 9th on NBC. Stream games on mobile with the Yahoo Sports and NFL apps.
Dallas Cowboy organization has won 5 Super Bowls. Here are some of the busts here in Canton. Emmett, Irvin, Staubach, Landry, and our guy Troy. And I do want to go back to what you said to Peyton and that honor of you getting a chance to introduce and induct Jimmy Johnson, present him this weekend as a handoff to Najee Harris, who's still playing here into the second quarter. A loss of 4. I mean, that says it all for the first overall draft pick and a guy that won 3 Super Bowls, 2 with Jimmy Johnson. To get that nod from your head coach, that's got to be special.
Well, very special. I've said it. You know, I mean, it meant a lot to me, of course, when I was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. But being asked to be a presenter, when the guy can ask anybody he wants, and he asked me. I know a lot of people who were around those teams in '89 when I came in '90. I mean, that was the ultimate upset that I'm presenting him. Nobody could have imagined, but it's a relationship I'm very proud of and honored to be presenting him.
Here's Harris on 2nd and 14, getting a couple. 3 new Hall of Famers this weekend: Jimmy Johnson, Cliff Harris, safety back in the 70s, and Drew Pearson, big time, big play receiver for Dallas. And there's Cliff Harris.
Crash. Captain Crash Harris. You know, all 3 of those guys, they've waited a long time, and it's always special. But I think when you think that maybe it's never going to happen for you, you can only imagine how much this weekend means to them.
They're down in 12 here, and the pass is behind the intended target. That's James Washington to bring up 4th down.
Just the ball that, you know, gets behind him. If he's able to lead him in stride, catch the ball and keep on running, they got a chance at maybe running after the catch and picking up this 1st down. And you know, you talked about it, Joe, with Mason Rudolph. He came in 2019 when Roethlisberger was down and kind of had an up and down time as the starting quarterback. And there's a lot in these preseason games for both him and Dwayne Haskins, who we'll see later.
Here is Sam Sloman, who pushes this 49-yard try well right. Say the kicking game on each side is a little shaky here in August. Drew Pearson will visit with Tom Rinaldi when we come back to Canton. Cowboys still on top, 3-0.
Summer's here. The grill is fired up. The pool is ready to go. Whether you're diving in or just laying back, grab your favorite people and your favorite snacks. The summer is yours. And we've got the perfect side for it. Frito-Lay, let's summer.
We did it again. Verizon has been named America's most reliable network by RootMetrics. And our customers rated us #1 for network quality in America, according to J.D. Power. #1 in reliability 16 times in a row. Most awarded for network quality 27 times in a row. Proving once again that nobody builds networks like Verizon. That's why we're building 5G right. That's why there's only one best network.
That's the end of the first quarter.
The wait is over. It's time to suit up for the biggest season ever. Time for the preseason. With every game on NFL Network, including 23 live games. Time to see these guys back in action. These guys in new threads. And how these young guys stack up. It's time for football. NFL preseason, August 12th through 29th on NFL Network.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
It took 30 years. And now they are here. The Yankees versus the White Sox on the Field of Dreams. Coverage begins next Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Live on Fox.
All new Monday, when the top 10 serve up the stars.
Sir Gordon and your greatness.
You will go down in flames.
It's a lot of smoke on your side.
I'm done. Hell's Kitchen Young Guns returns all new Monday on Fox.
Bill Cowher's right there in the right hip pocket of Mike Tomlin.
Well, he did say he was hoping he could call some of the defense tonight. Maybe he has been.
Said, I'll bring LeBeau with me. We'll call one blitz. That's all. I just want to call one blitz.
Coach anywhere near the field. They're going to be right in the middle of it.
Here's Cooper. Rush in at quarterback, and he finds McEwen, the tight end. His second catch, and down to Tom Rinaldi with Drew Pearson.
Joined now by the Cowboys' great Drew Pearson. Drew, different players, different people mark the occasion of their enshrinement in different ways. Yeah. You did it physically, on your body. Show people and explain the story.
Yeah, that's the Hail Mary, says 12 to 88, 12, 28, 75. And that's commemorate to the Hail Mary, the greatest catch in Cowboy history and one of the greatest catches in NFL history. Also, it pays tribute to my quarterback who threw that ball and labeled it the Hail Mary. And so then I got this after I got in. I got to make it official with that. DP 88, HOF 2021. Canton, Ohio.
The Hail Mary, Drew, how often are you asked about that day to day?
Well, almost every day, you know. There's always some kind of connotation that people have to that play. I was in Albuquerque not too long ago, sitting there just relaxing until the plane flight came. It was delayed. Some guy comes up to me and pumps me on the arm and says, hey, you're the guy that caught the Hail Mary. You know, he happened to be from Minnesota. So I get asked that quite a bit.
Finally, Drew, you've chosen a very special person to present you. You said it was a clear and only choice. Quickly, who is it?
Yeah, Roger Staubach. I played 8 seasons. He's my quarterback. He's a Hall of Fame quarterback, but even more so as a person. And he taught me not only to be a pro, but a professional. There's a big difference between pro and a professional. So I owe a lot to Roger.
A long wait and an extraordinary career and weekend. Enjoy it, Drew.
I'm good. The wait was worth it. I'm here in the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Joe and Troy, it says it all.
There you go. Here is a pass complete to Reggie Davis for a first down by Cooper Rush. And for Drew Pearson, 489 catches, 4th in club history. Also 4th in receiving yards. And we showed the highlight of that 1975 NFC divisional playoff against the Vikings. 50-yard game-winning touchdown with 24 seconds left. And why is it called? Well, it was Roger Staubach who said, I threw the ball as far as I could. I closed my eyes and said a Hail Mary.
That's right.
And that's what we know it as these days.
The Hail Mary was born. Now, Roger and I flew into Canton together, and
here's Dowdle on first down.
You can't be around Roger very long and not have him start talking about Super Bowl 13 when they lost to the Steelers. And he was talking about it, knowing this preseason game between these two franchises. He still hasn't let it go. But I think, you know, what Drew Pearson said was very telling. And I can't imagine a player who was more respected by his teammates than Roger Staubach. It was a great choice by Drew, and looking forward to seeing his speech come Sunday afternoon.
Second down and 6 here for Dallas, leading by 3. Handoff is to Shewo Olanalua, who had a nice catch and run earlier when Peyton Manning joined us, a gain of 1. Play Football is the NFL's year-round initiative that celebrates youth and high school football by connecting the football community and promoting the values of the game. Visit playfootball.com to learn more. Two fan bases that, as they say, travel extremely well. Pittsburgh Steelers, the Dallas Cowboys. There's jerseys all over the place here in Canton this weekend. 3rd down and 5. Olanalua is a yard short of a first down. Flag is down as Carlos Davis made that tackle.
Holding. Offense number 62. 10-yard penalty. Replay, 3rd down.
Well, you look at this game here, Joe, and 3rd and 5, running the football. And so just for our viewers out there, a lot of times these coaches, they just want to look at different situations and and get some plays run and see how these guys are going to be able to handle some of that. So there'll be some unconventional calls, some different looks, just a chance to put it on film. Some of the things that these guys have been working on in practice, see what they've learned and how they're able to execute.
So a shot of Kellen Moore in his 3rd season as offensive coordinator. This one is nearly picked. In the direction of Simi Fehoko, a 5th-round pick from Stanford, off his hands and incomplete. James Pierre, who's in a battle for a spot in the secondary for the Steelers, made that play.
Yeah, Pierre, he's got an opportunity. You know, this secondary for the Steelers, and some of the guys that they're now missing, they're trying to figure out who exactly is going to man that nickel slot after Mike Hilton left for the Cincinnati Bengals. Cameron Sutton, who's been primarily an inside guy, looks like he'll be playing outside. He'll still get some of the time, but there are some position battles on this defense for a defense that has been, you know, really outstanding.
First charge, timeout, Dallas, 30 seconds.
And before 4th and 15, the Cowboys take a timeout. We'll be right back after this from the NFL.
NFL Fantasy is back.
Let's go!
For the biggest season ever. More catches, rushing yards, touchdowns, and fantasy points. From the best in the league to the rookies that could make this your year. Just sign up and draft. It's easy to play. Optimize your lineup with one click.
Oh, have some of that!
And watch exclusive player stories. NFL Fantasy. It couldn't be easier to play. Download the NFL Fantasy app today.
We saw Dak Prescott was a part of that promo. He's been shut down with a strained shoulder. Initially, they thought it was going to be a few days, maybe a week. Now it's going to end up being a couple of weeks, and he's not going to throw a football.
Yeah, the Cowboys are downplaying it, but I think when your franchise quarterback's missing the amount of time that he's missing, I tend to think it's probably a little bit more significant than what they have let on. And, you know, big year for a lot of people.
Pass is caught for the first down, and then a fumble picked up by the Steelers. And a nice return out to the 35-yard line by Antoine Brooks. Malik Turner made the catch, and then getting yards after, ends up putting the ball on the ground. Rush got rocked. And Turner, did he have it? Right now, catch and fumble, Steelers ball as they trail by 3.
An F-150 isn't an F-150 because of the name on the tailgate. It's an F-150 because it's built for tough, built to haul more, built to tow more, for the people who care about it. Because they know that brawn can get the job done, but it takes brains and brawn to get it done right. Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
It's so good to see you guys. Han, out here.
Are we on yet? I thought we were doing a Zoom thing.
Confused?
No.
Maybe you just need a Snickers.
Here we go again.
It took 30 years. And now they are here. The Yankees versus the White Sox on the Field of Dreams. Coverage begins next Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern, live on Fox.
Joe Buck, major congratulations, my man, and welcome to the club. It would not be complete without you.
You know, I was there when your dad accepted the award in 1996, and I'm so thrilled that you now join him in Canton. You're in the prime of your career, pal, so here's to many, many more years of NFL memory making. Keep it rolling.
Wow. Thank you. There's stuff going on the field. First of all, thank you to Al Michaels, who's become such a great friend over the past couple of years. And for him to say that and have those pictures of my dad, who was my hero and my best friend, it means a lot.
Well, you started young, and you would have been in a long time ago, but I think they wanted you to reach a certain age. So, nobody gets in as early as what you could have. Congratulations.
Thank you, Brian.
It's our 20th year together. It's amazing, and it's been a pleasure working with you, and you're well-deserving of being in the Hall of Fame.
Thank you. Just proud to join my dad. And for my mom to be here to see that. They reviewed and said that was a catch and a fumble. Haskins takes over a quarterback, and a handoff out to the edge is Anthony McFarland, who's got great speed. And he gets 2. Well, here he is, Dwayne Haskins, who was the 15th pick in 2019 by the Washington football team. He was cut loose by Ron Rivera, who didn't like what he was seeing leadership-wise, and signed in January by Pittsburgh. And, well, they think he's got a chance to really propel himself into a star role with the Steelers.
So far, so good. He's looked good in camp. He's got an opportunity with Pittsburgh.
He throws, completes, first down. Nice run after the catch by McLeod.
As Mike Tomlin said, it's kind of a free look for them. With Dwayne Haskins, a guy who obviously is very talented, where he was selected. Had the 1 year there at Ohio State. I think some of the things that I don't know that many people question what he's capable of doing. I think for him, it's just a matter of football becoming a priority in his life, and a little bit of maturity along the way. And if he puts that together, he's got a chance to have a career, and I think he realizes what he has in front of him and what this might lead to in Pittsburgh.
On first down, this one is off the hands of Washington. He was 3rd in the Heisman Trophy voting out of Ohio State, led them to a Rose Bowl win. Kyler Murray went 1st overall to Arizona, Daniel Jones 6th. And then Dwayne Haskins to Washington. And not only, well, he got 16 starts for the Washington football team, and then made some decisions off the field, broke COVID protocol, and eventually Ron Rivera said enough and then said goodbye. Haskins takes off and takes it just into Cowboys territory. 3rd down coming up.
Well, I saw it when I was playing, Joe, and we see it each and every year. There are young players that come into the league with immense talent, and you just hope that they understand the opportunity that they have in front of themselves, and unfortunately for some, they don't realize it until it's too late. And for a guy of his caliber, I'm sure it was a bit of a wake-up call when he got released by Washington, and then he even cleared waivers, and that's why Pittsburgh had a free look at him. You hope that he has realized. I believe by all indications from the coaching staff he has, but you don't get a whole lot of opportunities in this league.
Here's a pass broken up. Blitz by the Cowboys defense, and Zach Gentry could not come up with a catch as Mukuamu knocked it away. Good play by the Dallas defender. 2 minutes left here in the half in Canton.
If you have moderate to severe psoriasis, little things can become your big moment. That's why there's Otezla. Otezla is not a cream. It's a pill that treats plaque psoriasis differently. With Otezla, 75% clear skin is achievable. Don't use if you're allergic to Otezla. It may cause severe diarrhea, nausea, or vomiting. Otezla is associated with an increased risk of depression. Tell your doctor if you have a history of depression or suicidal thoughts, or if these feelings develop. Some people taking Otezla reported weight loss. Your doctor should monitor your weight and may stop treatment. Upper respiratory tract infection and headache may occur. Tell your doctor about your medicines and if you're pregnant or planning to be. Otezla, show more of you.
Welcome to Allstate, where we've just lowered our auto rates. And savings like that will have you jumping for joy. Now get new lower auto rates with Allstate. Because better protection costs a whole lot less. You're in good hands with Allstate. Click or call for a lower auto rate today.
America, it's always been the dream to get a job where you can rock a real boss suit. A tracksuit. Woo! Now that's flavor. Just like Smirnoff's Red, White, and Berry Seltzer. We should crack one of these open. Flavors on 100, sugars on 0.
It's the biggest season ever, and NFL Network is here for it. Thursday Night Football is back with 3 exclusive live games. This is the moment. The moment is right now.
What a game he's at.
And a special Sunday morning game live from London.
That's big time there.
Football is all the way back.
What a catch!
The exclusive live game starts September 16th, only on NFL Network.
Today's game is sponsored by Verizon. 5G built right.
Well, why are we in Canton? Well, the Canton Bulldogs were a professional football team that played in the early 20th century. Olympian and renowned all-around athlete Jeff Thornton, Canton's most recognized player in the pre-NFL era. The Bulldogs won the NFL championship in 22 and 23. As a result of the Bulldogs' early success, along with the league being founded in the city, the Pro Football Hall of Fame is located right here in Canton. We're down to 5, and the Steelers will punt. And the rookie Presley Harvin back to do the honors. Got a big leg, and now we'll see if he can knock it down inside the 20, and he does. Inside the 5. Oh, wow. As that just sits inside the 1. And the 254th pick of this past NFL draft just hit a Bellata ball chip shot down inside the 1.
Yeah, that's pretty much perfect right there. The Ray Guy Award winner, and you know, you draft a guy as a specialist like that, even though, as you said, a 7th round pick. You know, this guy has shown what he's capable of doing, and to be able to pin an offense back to start, it becomes a real weapon when you're able to check it up like that. Look like some of your golf shots I've seen over the years. Yeah. You know, you and Big Al Michaels over in Tahoe. I saw your game in Tahoe. That's right.
And we're going to have a false start, which will move the ball back 1 inch.
There you go.
False start. Oh, number 87. Half the distance penalty. Stop.
Let's go down to Aaron Andrews.
Nice to see Ben Roethlisberger on the sidelines here. And yeah, keep a lookout, would you please, for us? What a difference a year makes. Obviously, last year you coming back from elbow surgery. How much better do you feel this?
A lot better.
Yeah.
I thought I felt really good last year. And then you get out there and you start throwing and you realize, and then you realize how much better I feel, and maybe I wasn't perfect last year, but I feel really good right now.
Right. Nice moment over there with you and your former head coach, Bill Cowher. Is it all warm and fuzzy, or are you trying to pull him back and, you know, be like, you're not coaching anymore?
Well, I was standing there, and all of a sudden he started, like, trying to call a defense, and we're like, Coach, we don't even have that defense anymore. And I told him we threw a pass play right as he came to me, and I said, are you mad that we threw the ball, Coach? You really want us to run the ball, didn't you? And he gave me
What'd he say?
He gave me a silly smirk, but he's the best. I'm so happy for him, Alan Faneca, Troy, obviously, Mr. Nunn, everybody. So just so happy for them and proud of them to say that I played with them and for them. It's really cool.
He had mentioned during his interviews for the Hall of Fame here that he knows you're chomping at the bit to get back out there this season because of obviously the way you guys ended it last year. How accurate is he?
He knows his stuff. He's a Hall of Famer for a reason.
I would think so.
Yeah, I'm excited. Excited for this team. Excited to, you know, kind of rebound back from. Sorry, I'm making it really hard on you, Mike. My bad. Rebound from, you know, a tough end of the season last year. So we'll see what happens.
You have a front row seat, obviously, today. Your head coach saying, look, this is a time to see these young guys. Anything stand out to you?
Well, I thought the O-line did really good early. Yeah. You know, we moved the ball down the field, ran the ball pretty well. Naj did great, which is what we expect. Yeah. We don't see too many great things too early from him, but obviously Chase getting down the field, making a big play. So far I thought the offenses looked pretty good.
Thanks so much.
Like about points on the board, but at least.
Yeah. Well, Go talk to him at halftime, would you?
Yeah.
Good to talk to you now, though. Thanks, Ben.
Appreciate
Stay
it.
healthy.
All right, thanks.
Joe?
3rd down and 7. Thanks, Aaron. Pass is caught. That's Turner. He's got a first down for Dallas as he works his way to the 44. Steelers would love to create a situation, Troy, where Ben would go out if this is his last year, and that's not written in stone either, as kind of a compliment to a power running game like they did back in 04 when they ran the ball 61% of the time when he came in. McEwen is overthrown.
It's kind of changed a lot. The Steelers offense has over the course of Ben's career. Not completely, you know, as you would expect. When a quarterback comes in and he's young, they're going to run the football. And then as he's played more and more, it evolved from kind of this gunslinger mentality to then trying to get the ball out a little bit quicker to where it was this last year. How much of that was because of the elbow? And as he said, another year removed now. Should be better. They've got weapons on the outside. They definitely can stretch the field. But now to be able to be a little bit more balanced with a guy like Najee Harris, it could be a good group if the offensive line does their part. And that is a big if for sure.
Turner with a nice catch, well guarded, but a gain of 6. He's been busy since Cooper Rush came into the ballgame. This fall, Big Noon Energy is back on Fox. Join us for the best pregame show in the business, followed by the best matchups at noon Eastern only on Fox. Well, Ben, as he stands here now, is one of 6 quarterbacks all time to complete 5,000 or more passes. On the other end of it, one of 4 quarterbacks to have taken 500 plus sacks, and by the end of the year, he will probably be at the top of that list, ahead of Brett Favre, who leads the way with 524 sacks. That means you've been around for a long time, and you throw it a lot.
Yeah, and as is the case with most quarterbacks, as they get older, especially for a guy now 39 years old, you start to lose your legs. And so he's not as mobile as what he once was. We talked about it with Peyton Manning, what they were able to do in Denver around him. Great defense, run the ball a little bit more, don't rely on the quarterback quite so much, is kind of the blueprint going into 2021 with Ben Roethlisberger and the Steelers.
3rd down and 4 here, and the pass is too high, but a flag as Cooper Rush ends up on his back.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense number 96, 15-yard penalty, automatic 1st down.
He gets called for the helmet-to-helmet, crown of the helmet contact with the quarterback.
So using the crown of the helmet, Isaiah Buggs has given Dallas a 1st down by penalty and takes the ball to the 35. Gilbert started. Now Cooper Rush. We'll see Ben DiNucci in the 2nd half. Rush hangs in, throws, and the pass is incomplete for Dixon. And Rush has been taking a lot of hits.
Yes, he has. He's been hanging in there overall. I like what I've seen from Cooper Rush, hanging in the pocket, getting the ball out. That was close, coming in just a little bit low on the quarterback. That could have been a call. I'll tell you, Lanalua, the number 45 playing fullback, he didn't on that play, but a number of times on this possession, he has stepped up and he has picked blitzers up inside. He's made a nice showing in pass protection.
2nd down and 10. Cooper Rush playing in his 2nd Hall of Fame game completes. That's Johnny Dixon, who was the target on the previous pass, a gain of just 1. It's 3rd down again.
You know, the other thing we're seeing from both of these defenses, we're seeing a little, for the first preseason game, right out of the box, we're seeing these defenses bring more 5-man pressures than you normally see.
Pass is incomplete, and that'll bring up 4th down with 6 seconds left. Reggie Davis, the target. Coming up, the Fox Hall of Fame halftime. Kurt, Terry, Howie, Michael, and Jimmy are live on the field here in Canton. Terry is getting fired up, and Dak Prescott will be joining them. There he is. Look at him. Look at him. There's Dak.
About 65 degrees there in Oxnard, California.
Not bad here, though. 52-yard try, and nice wander has one wander. And with one glorious second left in this first half, sure looks like we're headed for a 3-0 halftime score. You know, when there's a camera on you, the Dak is all fired up. And no. Dak threw for 450 yards in 3 straight games when he made those first 5 starts. That had never been done in NFL history.
Well, I can tell you that Mike McCarthy hopes it's never done again while he's the quarterback and he's the head coach, because that's not where this team's at their best. They can play the game. They can beat you any way you want, but they're much better when they're running the football better than they did early.
They'd like to beat you with a little defense, too. 3-zip, that's the score. Stay tuned for the Fox Hall of Fame halftime after this from your local Fox station.
That spin class was brutal. Well, you can try using the Buick's massaging seat. Oh, yeah, that's nice. Can I use Apple CarPlay to put some music on? Sure, it's wireless. What's your Buick's Wi-Fi password? It's Buick Envision. That's a really tight spot. I used to hate parallel parking. Me too.
The all-new Buick Envision, built around you, all of you. Pay no interest for 72 months, plus current eligible Buick owners get $500 purchase allowance on 2021 Buick SUV models. Buick, a proud sponsor of the Carolina Panthers.
I got it! I got it! This is not a drill! Go, go, go! Get moving!
Play like a millionaire. Premier Cash. With a $2 million top prize, it's the most premier thrill around.
When your psoriasis is bad, it can be hard to see what's possible. But the possibilities become clear with Taltz. The first and only treatment of its kind, offering a chance at 100% clear skin. With Taltz, up to 90% of those with moderate to severe psoriasis saw a significant improvement of their psoriasis plaques. Some even saw 100% clear skin. Don't use if you're allergic to Taltz. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. Increased risk of infections and lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor about infections, symptoms, or if inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop, worsen, or if you had a vaccine or plan to. Serious allergic reactions can occur. See the possibilities. Ask your doctor about Taltz.
Keeping the kids busy, clients happy, and your money moving? You're unstoppable. With mobile deposit and the Wells Fargo mobile app, you can bank without missing a beat.
This preseason, take football further with NFL Game Pass. Catch every rookie debut. See big names in their new homes. And get all the action for the upcoming season. NFL Game Pass.
It's been a special night on Fox here in Canton. Hugs before the game on the pregame show, and Howie, maybe kicker auditions here at halftime.
That's the play of the game right there. 5 weeks, a little over 5 weeks from the beginning of the season, and you know, this looked like 2 football teams that have had a handful of practices and a short number of those in full pads. It's not crisp. Young players are playing. That's what you're seeing.
It's what happens this time of year. All right. America 250 is the group designated by Congress to lead the commemoration of our nation's 250th anniversary in 2026. The NFL is teaming up with them to announce the America 250 Awards, a multi-year awards program recognizing exceptional Americans. This year's awards will recognize 3 categories of heroes: 9/11 heroes, first responders, and community champions. Starting today, you can visit America250.org to learn more and to nominate a hero in your life who answered in the call of duty in their community when others definitely needed them. And be sure to join us here on Fox when we recognize the winners of the 2021 America 250 Awards live on the field during an NFL game on Thanksgiving Day. More of the halftime coming your way, including a live interview with Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott right on the other side.
This fall, Fox is making television history again. Undiscovered talent get the chance to perform as their avatar alter ego. It's the world's first avatar singing competition series. You have to see to believe. Who will be your alter ego? A new competition series, Wednesdays after The Masked Singer, this fall on Fox.
Unlock a summer of possibilities in a new Chevy. Expand your options and your perspective. Find new summer adventures. Find new roads.
Enjoy the open road and make no monthly payments for 90 days on select popular Chevy SUVs. Plus, get interest-free financing for 72 months when you finance with GM Financial. See your Carolina Chevy dealers.
Dak Prescott must still be smiling after signing that 4-year deal worth $160 million.
This is Dak Prescott's franchise.
Prescott diving!
He is a unique talent.
What a touchdown run by Dak Prescott!
Well, the Cowboys lead the Pro Football Hall of Fame game 3-0 over the Steelers at halftime, despite the fact that their starting quarterback, Dak Prescott, is still in Oxnard. He joins us live right now. First of all, thanks for joining us, Dak. And secondly, I got to ask you, how are you physically? We know about the ankle last year. You seem to be better, but now you're missing a little bit of time with the shoulder.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. I definitely miss being there, seeing all the fans and that great atmosphere, but I'm just staying back, getting myself healthy, doing all the things necessary to get back on the field as soon as I can with my teammates.
And Dak, this is Michael. We know a lot was made about your contract that you signed the offseason. I think it was, this year alone, $75 million. We're all choking here at the Dusters. We've never seen anything like that. But I'm just wondering, do you feel any extra pressure coming off an injury with that contract to go out there and perform at your best?
I mean, I've said before, I think pressure is privilege. I'm just excited to come back from this injury, doing everything that I had to do to get my body ready. Obviously, getting the contract done, knowing that my future's here in Dallas. And I'm just excited to get back out there with my teammates and put my best effort forward.
Dak, this is Terry. I remember your first preseason game when you played against the Rams, and you were phenomenal. And I'm sitting there by myself saying, this guy's something special. The contract rewards that special quality that you have. The injury, two parts, I guess. There's number one, how long do you think you'll be able to get in the action and find yourself comfortable? And number two, I don't understand where the injury was in your shoulder. When I heard it, I thought it would be the rotator side, but it's my understanding it's actually underneath the shoulder. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. But as far as my ankle, I mean, I've done so much rehab. I've worked continuous and a lot of hours just to get myself back, and I'm very confident in it. So I don't think it'll take any time before I'm just back out there. I mean, the practices that I've had, I didn't think about my ankle. I was just being a part of the offense, being a part of all of it. So now it's just about getting the shoulder behind me. And when we're just being cautious. We're taking it day by day. Obviously, it's 5 weeks before season opener. So I've got a lot of time, and I'm going to use that time to get myself ready for that game.
Good luck, young man.
Hey, Dak, besides your injury, your offensive line was all beat up last year. How's it going to feel to get those big fellas back in the lineup?
It's going to feel great. We had a lot of injuries hurt our offense and hurt our team last year. So just getting, especially those three big guys back, Zach Martin, Tyron Smith, and La'el Collins, and then just having that unit back together. Every time I get in the huddle and I see those guys, I let them know the band's back together, and there's nothing like it when we're all in there and we're all healthy.
We appreciate you taking the time to join us here live. Next time we see you, hopefully it's in a uniform.
Best of luck. Have a great day, young man.
All right, halftime here at the Hall of Fame game. The Cowboys with a 3-0 lead. Joe, Troy, Aaron, and Tom come your way with the second half from Canton right after this.
Think premium can't be capable? Think again. Introducing the first ever AT4 lineup. Premium and capable.
That's professional grade from GMC. Get over 2,700 purchase allowance on 2021 Sierra light-duty crew cab models when you finance through GM Financial. Plus, current eligible GMC owners get an additional $250 purchase allowance.
Now take 5. You stay in your car because we're faster than you think.
Oil change is done. I didn't even finish my coffee yet.
Take 5 to stay in your car, 10-minute oil change.
Can't believe that Daniel deal you got me on my insurance. Daniel, State Farm offers surprisingly great rates to everyone.
Sure you do.
You want to meet the Queen? I'm not dressed for that. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Halftime news update for you on Fox 46. I'm Brian Blakely.
And I'm Lindsey Klein. Here's what we're working on for Fox 46 News after the Steelers-Cowboys Hall of Fame game. This screen gets a green light, the one place in North Carolina where you can get medical marijuana without penalty, and how this passed without any lawmakers getting involved.
And tired of waiting. Some say it's taking at least 5 months to get a permit to use their guns, while they're now taking legal action against the local sheriff. Then fanning for football, the countdown for the Carolina Panthers Fan Fest is on. Why city leaders say you should avoid driving to the stadium tomorrow. And speaking of sports, let's turn things over to Will Kunkel.
And Will, what's coming up on CSL after the game?
We got all the big names tonight, guys. We got Morgan Freeman. We got John Gruden. We got Robert De Niro, Al Pacino. Or we have one guy that can do all that. Frank Caliendo is on the show with us. Here's a snippet of our conversation. An awesome story that he had with Gruden. We had a lot of dolls back there.
That's one way to put it. I also have Gruden. I have 2 footballs. I gave 2 pregame speeches to the Raiders when they won both games. So after I gave the first pregame speech and the Raiders won, Gruden's like, "Can you come next week, man?" I was like, "No, I can't do pregame speeches every week. What are you talking about?"
Frank Caliendo, head coach of the Raiders. That's an interesting job. He's going to join us for Quick Six tonight. I asked him to pick any character he wants and go on a rant about his biggest pet peeve. You got to see it, plus Brian's in it too. We also talk Panthers, Charlotte 49ers football, and Hornets. LaMelo wants to change his number. Big time news on here.
All right, well, thanks. And that's not all. He's raced across Antarctica, Africa, and the Great Wall of China.
Yeah, tune in after the game to find out what has a marathon mare hitting the ground running in Concord, and taking a live look over Charlotte tonight as Chief Meteorologist Tara Lane tracking the next chance for rain in the Queen City. How the
first and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Bottom half of the 4th inning, he's walked multiple.
Welcome back to Canton, Ohio. It's a 3-0 game. Cowboys on top. And, well, you're a Hall of Famer. Why don't you tell the world what we saw other than Peyton Manning in that first half?
Yeah, well, we're kind of all over the place, weren't we? I thought there were some good things in that first half. I think for the Cowboys, thought the quarterbacks, Garrett Gilbert, Cooper Rush did some good things, Mason Rudolph. And then also on the rookie side with Najee Harris, he got his feet wet with 7 carries. You know, wasn't able to break any long ones or anything like that. But I thought that was a good start for him just to kind of get a taste of it. And, you know, it's about what we expect from these preseason games. And now we're going to see a lot of guys. You just don't know if you're a player who's going to be playing, especially here in the second half, how many opportunities you're going to get as you move through these next 2 to 3 preseason games. And every little bit that you can put on tape is really, really important, not only for this team, but also for those clubs that are going to be evaluating this tape. Maybe if you don't make it for one of these clubs, you get picked up somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean, for all the talk about preseason and what's the importance, well, last year when there was no preseason and these coaches didn't have a chance to see some young guys in game situations, they were yearning for this kind of a game. This is Reggie Davis. Just short of the 20. And Ben DiNucci, who, when you talk to Mike McCarthy about the Cowboys and about their quarterback situation, reading between the lines, I think he would tell you that he basically did to us. DiNucci has the chance to do more than the other guys because he can use his legs. He's put on a little weight. He's got a big arm. Working on some of the touch passes, but I think McCarthy's excited about it.
Well, what he specifically said was DiNucci has to show up. And
he hands off, and that doesn't work out. Hardy is just swallowed up in the backfield. A loss of 3 as Jameer Jones got in and made the stop.
I'll stick with DiNucci, and you know what happens is he's got some ability. He got put in last year against the Eagles. A great defensive front. Offensive line for him was dismantled, and it was a tough night. And so now trying to overcome that, he's got the ability, but in practice it's 2 or 3 throws, decisions that just aren't very good. That part of it has to get cleaned up, especially if you're going to be a backup in this league.
Good play out on the edge as Dixon is just ripped to the ground by Killebrew.
You know, the challenge, Joe, becomes for a quarterback in a guy like Ben DiNucci's position that you want to make impactful plays, you want to make the most of the opportunities, and so you start trying to look for the big play as opposed to just take what the defense gives you. That's probably what has been happening to him in practice, and he's got to be careful here tonight. If he wants to have a good showing, just be patient and take what is there. And that's one of the primary things you look for in a backup quarterback.
Now he's going to go down, sacked by the Steelers. Play made by Quincy Roach. And a loss of 4.
Now, this is also the point in the game where you've got a lot of inexperienced offensive linemen, and the quarterback receives the brunt of that. Roach comes right off the edge. You can see he works right around the left tackle, does an outstanding job. That's Brandon Knight, who got some playing time last year at that same position.
Knight played a lot last year with Collins and Tyron Smith injured. And he got worked over right there. Punt returned by Matthew Sexton, makes a nice move. Nice wander slowed him up, and Sexton is knocked down at the 35. 54-yard punt and a 35-yard return by Matthew Sexton, who makes a memory here in Kent.
Well, Sexton, he starts like he's going to go middle return, and then he traverses field and hits that sideline. Good blocking up front. That's really good stuff. And as I've talked about, everybody talks about during these preseason games, these young players, this is where they're going to make their impact. The guys who are on the punt return team setting up some of those blocks, showing that they can be an impactful player. And that's how you earn your roster spot, especially on a team like Pittsburgh that is set in so many spots.
Haskins keeps, dumps it off, pass is caught. And the big tight end, Kevin Rader, rumbles for a catch and run of 15.
Pittsburgh's been beat up a little bit at the tight end position here in camp. Their top 3 guys gives Rader an opportunity to get a little bit more time in this one.
Ebron out with an elbow injury. Pat Fryermuth, who is a rookie second-round pick from Penn State, is out with a shoulder injury. Zach Gentry's been banged up but available tonight. Catch made by Rader. Here is a toss running to the right side. McFarland Jr. a nice carry. Close to first down yardage. Luke Gifford, who's been on the Cowboys roster now for a couple of years, made that stop again.
Yeah, we haven't talked too much about it, but Matt Canada, the offensive coordinator who takes over, I'm looking forward to seeing some of the different wrinkles that he's going to bring to this offense. You know, in college, he brought a lot of the jet sweeps that we've come to know in the NFL and the quick game, but also the play-action game that was basically non-existent in this Pittsburgh offense last season.
Here's Balazs, the running back, trying to bounce it to the outside, sets up first and goal as he takes it to the 4.
See, Balazs starts out. He's got the ball in the wrong hand. He switches it out to protect himself from the incoming defensive players. There's a little depth along the running back position for the Steelers, too.
Najee Harris, a rookie first-round pick, played well into the second quarter. We've seen McFarland Jr. and now Kalen Balazs. Haskins out to his right. Pass is low and incomplete for Ray McLeod. Second and goal. Seventh division championship for Mike Tomlin last year. Into the postseason 9 times in his 14 years as the Steelers head coach. Following 2 Hall of Famers, Bowl and Cowher. On second down, handoff for the touchdown to Balaj. First touchdown of the ball game belongs to 29, a fourth-year player out of Arizona State, Kalen Balaj.
And just really a great push inside. They bring everybody down in. They make no bones about it. They're going to try to just power the football right inside, and with a good push up front and power running. It's a great job of finishing.
The extra point by Sloman, who missed a 49-yarder in the first half. Good snap, good hold. Kick is no good. So it is a 6-3 ball game. Early second half. Fans are back. Packed in here at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. Glad you're with us tonight on Fox.
If it looks like an F-150, tows like an F-150, hauls like an F-150, thinks like an F-150, and powers like an F-150, it must be an F-150 hybrid. The 2021 F-150 Power Boost Hybrid with 570 pound-feet of torque and 12,700 pounds of max available towing.
Force you. It's the big bad wolf that comes to get you when the time is up.
This is how easy it is for me to get to you.
The Protege. Rated R. Only in theaters August 20th. Text Protege to 91099.
You know Miller Lite only has 1 more calorie, right?
Good choice.
Critics and monsters agree. Taco Bell's Fry Force will have you roaring for more. So real you can taste it, says Rolling Stone. Experience the cinematic tour de fries yourself and get the $5 nacho fries box at Taco Bell today.
Does scrubbing feel like a workout? Scrub less with Dawn Platinum. Its superior formula breaks down and removes up to 99% of tough grease and food residue faster. So you scrub less. Tackle grease wherever it shows up. Scrub less, save more with Dawn.
I was young when I learned there was a difference between us and them. The only crown I've ever worn is the one growing out of my head. But I have a secret that will expose them all. So whether they like it or not, I belong here.
Today's game is sponsored by the all-new 2021 Ford F-150. Tough this mark can only be called F-150.
We are joined by greatness yet again here in the broadcast booth. Super Bowl 37 champion, 9-time Pro Bowler, over 1,000 tackles, a Ring of Honor, 2 different franchises. Our good friend here at Fox, John Lynch. Hi, John.
What's up, Joe? Troy?
How are you, buddy? Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, it's a fun weekend, man.
You had that visit with Aaron before the game, and I know the last thing you want to do is complain about how long it took, because you're here. It doesn't matter, and away you go.
You'll never find me complaining. This is such a wonderful honor, and I've been trained to stop and watch the play.
It's August 5th. You can just talk throughout all of this.
So we were talking when right before we came on camera that your son is going to be your presenter, and I'm always fascinated by what goes into that. I mean, obviously you played with a lot of great players, coached by a lot of great players, but was that an easy decision for you?
It wasn't. It was a real hard one. You know, we've got 4 kids. We have 4 kids. Our son's our eldest, and then we have 3 girls. So at the end of the day, I said, you're representing all the kids, and it's him and then co-presenters Herm Edwards. The only problem, they're both in college version of training camp, so they won't get here till Sunday. So, but we'll have fun until then.
Danucci back to work, throws down the sideline, and they're going to throw a flag for that coverage on Justin Lane. Check the call. We haven't had many flags in this game.
Defense, number 31. The ball will be placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic, first down.
That is Stanford's own Fehoko out there in the pattern. You were well aware of those Stanford players.
He's a good player. We liked him a lot in San Francisco. He kind of hung around there in the draft, and I think the Cowboys got a good one late. Yeah.
You know, I was surprised. You were at Fox for 9 years?
9 years, parts of 9 years. I think my first year I did 2 games, and then from there, 8 years. It went really fast.
I can't believe it was 9 years, and now, I mean, now you got a real job. I mean, you don't have this cush job up here in the broadcast booth. I mean, you got to miss this one a little bit. You're putting in some long hours.
I am, but I tell you what, it's a lot of fun. I feel like I'm playing hooky right now, being here this weekend. But you know what? Everyone encouraged me to come and enjoy this, and so I'm going to do it. And you know, it's such an honor, Troy, as you know, and you try to prepare yourself, but you can't until you're here. And it's just been a real special weekend already, and can't wait for what's to come.
We're going to take a listen to John from Super Bowl 37. That's got to be a good feeling there. Every play they're running, we ran in practice.
There's a young Mike Tomlin.
Yes. Plenty of hitting. Pass is picked. Intercepted by the Steelers. And back the other way is Donovan Steiner, who has a moment here in Canton. 16 yards on the return. As Steiner, a rookie, is there to make the play for the Steelers in their secondary. Right on cue, we got a Hall of Fame safety standing up here in the booth, and here's a young safety making a play.
Good safety play there from the young kid, and such a big moment. You know, it's so interesting. We talk about the first preseason game, and it's late. You know, this really doesn't matter, but it does matter to these guys. And that young kid probably just helped himself in an effort to make this team.
Well, speaking of safety play, John, I mean, a lot of people don't realize that you started your collegiate career as a quarterback, and that's what always impressed me, was to see a guy that played quarterback get moved to the safety position and then be as physical as you were. I mean, I imagine myself trying to hit people like that. I didn't want any part of it.
Well,
my transition.
My early career at Stanford was kind of like my career at Fox. I was the #2 guy to some quarterback, you know. I couldn't go anymore, so I said, just put me on the field, and it seemed to work out. And I always loved contact. I always did, and it paid off. And man, I'm so blessed to be here.
When we talk about Mike Tomlin getting hired as a kid at 34 as a head coach, what was he like even prior to that back then?
Outstanding. Herm Edwards had left, so they were looking for a great coach. It took them forever to hire one. And I'll never forget the call. I was at the Pro Bowl, and it was Tony Dungy and Monty Kiffin, and they said, we got good news and bad news. And I said, what's the good news? They said, we got you a heck of a coach to replace Herm. I said, what's the bad news? And they said, you're 2 years older than him. And I said, well, can he coach? And my goodness, this guy could coach, and it became evident right away. And he made me better, and we got to visit before the game on the field, and I told him just that. You made me better, and I love playing for the guy, as do all these guys.
That was a heck of a staff that you got to play for on that well, both sides of the ball, but especially on the defensive side.
It was Kiffin, Marinelli, Lovie Smith, Herm Edwards, and then replaced by by Herm Edwards, Joe Barry. I mean, just a tremendous staff.
Now, we can't let you get out of here, John, without talking about the 49ers and what's happening. You go out and you draft Trey Lance. Of course, you got Jimmy Garoppolo. And, you know, how is that going? And how's Jimmy handling everything, knowing that at some point, I'm sure you're hoping not this year, but that at some point Trey Lance is going to be the guy. And how's all that going?
Yeah, Jimmy's a great kid, a great competitor. And competitors, they rise to the occasion when they're challenged. And, you know, we brought Trey Lance in, and really what it's done is Jimmy's playing his best ball since he's been with us, and Trey's been outstanding. So we got a good situation right now. We'll just let it play out, and feel very fortunate to have both those guys in our building.
Keep you guys healthy, your team healthy, you got a chance.
I think so.
That seems to be the downfall in the years that you haven't been what you've hoped to be.
Yeah, it is, and you know, I think we're working hard. I think there's some good fortune that has to come your way, but if we can do that, I think we do have a chance, and that's all you can ask for in this league is a chance, and I think we have a legitimate one.
I know this, you have a guy that's putting that offense together and a head coach that my partner Troy Aikman has, I think, more respect for than any young coach in the game. I know McVay's on that list too. But as far as a young, creative, offensive mind, Kyle Shanahan is right at the top.
You know what, Joe? You're so right. And Troy, you feel it when you're in those production meetings. That's really how I got to know him. Everyone thinks it's the connection with Mike. It was really in production meetings. I was always just mesmerized when this guy was talking football. What I didn't know is how's he going to present in front of the team and all that. He's a young guy. I thought I might have to help him there. He's been awesome from day one. So it's time for that to start transferring onto the field with wins in a consistent manner. We think that day's coming.
Well, you get young quarterbacks, and so much of their success is determined by who's calling the plays and how good they are. And for both Jimmy Garoppolo and Trey Lance, what an opportunity to be around a guy like him who's such a great offensive mind.
Balaj goes over the right side. A flag is down.
During the run, illegal block in the back, offense number 89. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Replay, second down.
Well, here's a look at the penalty. We'll get a chance just to say congrats again to John Lynch, bringing your beautiful family up here. I always look forward to the Lynch family Christmas card because it's like Norman Rockwell if he were alive to paint. Yeah, I think it's the most perfect family I've ever seen in my life. You're a credit to the league, and thank God the call finally came. You're going to the Hall of Fame.
Congratulations to you. I know it's a big weekend for you, Joe and Troy. You've been here for a while, man.
One of the great people.
Oh, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate you guys.
The great John Lynch going into the Hall of Fame this weekend with 6:11 left in the third quarter, and so good just to catch up with our former colleague here at Fox.
Yeah, what a great job he's done in San Francisco. You got to miss a little bit of this Cush broadcasting job, though, right?
Absolutely. Here's one of the end zone, and a lot of hand checking going on, but no flag. Isaiah McCoy downfield, the rookie from Kent State with Nashawn Wright. How about this guy, Troy? Nashawn Wright, 6'4" corner out there in coverage.
Yeah, 6'4", and he can run. And when you have that kind of length, especially for the style that Dan Quinn wants to play as a defensive coordinator, I think a lot of people think of Dan Quinn when he was with Seattle and some of the things he then did in Atlanta when he was the head coach about the single high safety and challenge guys. There's a little more to it than what it was when he was the defensive coordinator with the Seattle Seahawks. But Nashawn Wright, he fits that mold perfectly.
Pass is caught, tackle is made. That was McLeod on the grab, and that was Wright on the tackle, right on cue. A gain of 3. Bring up 4th down.
Yeah, I mean, Nashawn Wright, when what does it mean this early in camp? But he was listed at the top of the depth chart, opposite of Trayvon Diggs. And, so there's a good battle right now with him and Kelvin Joseph, another rookie, second-round pick out of Kentucky, and then, of course, Anthony Brown, who's been around for several years now. But that secondary is certainly up for grabs opposite of Diggs, who had a pretty good rookie year.
We've had a kick made. Sam Sloman from 48 yards away. And it's a 6-point game. Megatron when we come back. Calvin Johnson will visit with Tom Rinaldi on the other side of the break. 6 points. Steelers on top.
The best in Canton are never smile. Not even Peyton Manning's. And he's always enjoying himself in real life. So for someone we've enjoyed watching on and off the field, we made him a second bust. One that enshrines his love of life. Behold, the Michelob Ultra Smiling Peyton Bust Top Hat. Congrats, Peyton.
What happened to your shirt?
All I ever wanted was a normal life.
Legendary power. Show me you're strong enough to carry them.
I thought I could start a new life.
You can't outrun your destiny.
You have no idea who I am. Marvel Studios Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, rated PG-13.
When Subway opened, they changed the fast food game. And sometimes you gotta refresh to be fresh. Welcome to the Eat Fresh Refresh, where there's so much new, some say you can't fit in one ad. I say, we're talking new All-American Club, deli-style oven roasted turkey, and...
Oh, that's a new steak and cheese.
Oh, yeah, I knew that. That's the one with the new seasoning.
And that was the new MVP Parmesan flavor.
Right, which makes the next level foot. Hold up, Subway level? Wait, I'm out of time.
Brace for impact. It's Friday Night SmackDown on Fox. The baddest superstars on the planet are unleashed in prime time. Friday Night SmackDown, sponsored by Progressive at 8 Eastern on Fox and the Fox Sports app. To be a legend, you have to beat a legend.
Happy Hour, Spence Jr., August 21st, live on pay-per-view. Buy now on the Fox Sports app and watch on any screen you want.
Well, most of the big stars not playing in this one, including Ezekiel Elliott. Visited with Aaron Andrews earlier in the ballgame. 9-3 is the score. We heard from Dak Prescott at the half. We've heard from Big Ben. Cowboys about to get it back. Sloman will kick it. Johnny Dixon waits for Dallas. From about the 2. Dixon out to the 26. Flags are down. So there's a hold here against the Dallas Cowboys. Brennan Eagles, a rookie college free agent from Texas. Maybe guilty. We'll get the call.
During the return, holding. Receiving team number 83, 10-yard penalty. First down.
That is Brennan Eagles, and let's go down to Tom Rinaldi.
Joe, thank you very much. Whatever the definition is of a prototype wide receiver, it was redefined by this man, Calvin Johnson. When you get the knock on the door, we saw laughter, we saw tears. How do you explain the moment, Calvin?
You know, it's just that culmination of all your career that's just, you know, comes to a head at that moment when you see David Baker knock on your door. You know what it means, and it's just a job well done. You know, it's that nod, you know, like the football guy saying, job well done.
9 spectacular, consistent seasons at an incredible standard. So many people surprised when you stepped away. From then to now, how often have you missed it?
The biggest thing I miss here is the camaraderie. I think, you know, each of the legends here will say the same thing. It's the camaraderie, the guys in the locker room, the guys who spend time with their homes, with their families. That's what you miss the most.
Who will present you and why? A very special person.
Derek Mentor. He was, I said Derek Mentor. Derek Moore. He was my mentor, life mentor, spiritual mentor. He's going to present me. You know, he's meant a lot to me, my family. He's poured into me in my spiritual life and just been a friend, been there, a shoulder for me to lean on through adversity. And, you know, there's no better person than him to present for me.
We talked about this briefly. What kind of performance do you think you could put on now with the changes in the rules and it opening up to the passing game a little more since you left?
Every time you look up, it's more and more favorable to the offense. I almost feel bad for the defense now. So, they touch you out there and you're getting flags. Honestly, I don't feel like I got those calls because I was so big. But, but no, it's great for the offense. You see a lot of up and down the field, a lot of points on the board.
We have Mike Pereira up in the booth. I wonder if he'd agree with that. Calvin, congratulations. A special career and a great weekend ahead to you.
I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Guys.
All right, guys, thank you. Second overall pick in the 07 draft, 11,619 receiving yards in just those 9 years that Tom Rinaldi talked about, and the 6-time Pro Bowler to be enshrined over the weekend. His last year was 2015, 88 catches, over 1,200 yards and 9 touchdowns, and that was it. He walked away. Second down and 6. Handoff here to Knox, and Brendan Knox will bring up 3rd and 3. Mike Pereira is in the booth. Mike, I remember this like it was yesterday. Was this your first year with us?
You remember it. This was my first time on television when everybody thought this was a catch and it was ruled on the field as incomplete. Gene Steratore, God love him, went under the hood and decided that he didn't maintain control of the ball after hitting the ground and kept it as incomplete. But not many people agreed with it.
He basically caught the ball, went to his locker, put it in his locker, and it fell out and it was incomplete. Pass is caught and a nice throw by DiNucci, and Aaron Parker good for 34 yards as the Cowboys marching the ball now into Steeler territory.
And 11 years later, we're still trying to figure out what a catch is. So not a lot's changed in the last decade.
That was a catch.
That was a catch.
Yes, it was.
It was a clean catch and a busted coverage, and he is wide open along that sideline. Ben DiNucci spots him and lays it out there. Nice catch.
Handoff back to Knox. Kind of sidestepping and backing his way with a flag down for 8.
Holding. Offense, number 62. 10-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
Well, along those lines, here's a long quote. I want to be a winning team. We need to play better complementary football than we did a year ago. It's a lot more fun to call passes than runs, but that doesn't always equate to winning football. You have to be able to run when everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run the football, which is exactly how you guys would put games away with Emmitt Smith. Everybody knew it was coming and nobody could stop it.
Well, I think as I said earlier, I think the way the Cowboys are built, they're built a lot like we were in that they should be able to throw it when teams try to come up and play the run. They should be able to run it when teams play the pass.
Here's DiNucci using his legs.
They're as balanced as you can hope, but with that said, when a defense is struggling the way that they were last year, having the ability to run the ball, really helps them out. We saw that last year from Seattle. They came out throwing the football a lot with Russell Wilson. Defense was playing really poor. They then recommitted to running the football. Their defense got better and it really turned their season around. So there's a lot that goes into this. And I know Mike McCarthy's always talked more about rushing attempts than he has rushing yards, but they got 2 high-priced guys now, both the quarterback and running back, and they're hoping to be able to take advantage of both of their skills.
That'll be timeout, I believe, to avoid the delay of game. And it is. 2:11 left in quarter number 3. As we continue to rock the Casbah here in Canton.
My son, he's in trouble in Mexico. Please, get him back up here.
I used to be a lot of things, but I'm not now. This macho thing is overrated. You think you got all the answers. Then you realize you get older, you don't have any of it. We all have to make choices in life, kid. You have to make yours.
Preston Smith on the tackle.
Rated PG-13.
This time, our delicious, crispy, hand-battered chicken comes in peace. 8-piece.
Get nuggets delivered exclusively on the Popeyes app.
Chicken from Popeyes. America.
always been the dream to get a job where you can rock a real boss suit. Track suit. Woo! Now that's flavor. Just like Smirnoff's red, white, and berry seltzer. We should crack one of these open. Flavors on 100, sugars on 0.
The wait is over. It's time to suit up for the biggest season ever. Time for the preseason. With every game on NFL Network, including 23 live games. Time to see these guys back in action. These guys in new threads. And how these young guys stack up. It's time for football. NFL preseason, August 12th and 29th on NFL Network.
Fox Nation presents 6 movies that define Clint Eastwood as an American outlaw. Plus, stream 2 exclusive specials exploring the actor-director's celebrated legacy. Stream Clint Eastwood, American Outlaw on Fox Nation.
This broadcast is copyrighted by NFL Productions for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of NFL Productions is prohibited.
At their own 25-yard line.
For the last 10 years, the most successful teams in pro football have been the Dallas Cowboys and the Pittsburgh Steelers. In 1978, the Steelers, coached by Chuck Noll, and the Cowboys, coached by Tom Landry, again were conference champions and won the right to meet in the 13th Super Bowl.
Man, for people of a certain age, hearing that voice just takes you right back. The legendary John Facenda. The 2021 Pete Rozelle Radio Television Award winner given by the Pro Football Hall of Fame. And there's the late Steve Sable on the left. Joined his father in Canton, Ed Sable. Here's a handoff on 2nd and 13. NFL Films, you saw some of the camera operators here just change the way we, on the outside, viewed the game and made it cinematic, made it beautiful. They put the music, they made it dramatic. I mean, NFL Films changed the way the rest of us saw pro football.
100%. It brought the fan closer to the game, gave him a peek behind the curtain. I mean, the NFL Film, Steve Sable, and what they did with it all was really something.
Trying to set up a screen, and the pass is dropped. Brendan Knox couldn't come up with it. And that'll bring up 4th down. So they had the long completion that took the ball into Steeler territory, and then the drive stalled. A holding call along the way didn't help.
As we take a look there at Mike McCarthy here in year 2, who would have imagined after when he was hired and all the success that he had there in Green Bay, and the wheels just totally came off this franchise last year for a lot of different reasons, but comes into year 2. A lot of pressure on him.
Nice wander, hits it into the end zone. Fans have been having fun. Younger, older. Glad you're with us tonight. First preseason game. Preseason football is back.
I'm really nervous. I don't know what I should wear.
Just wear something not too crazy. Remember, it's a business dinner, not a costume party.
On the Spotty Network, this is what she heard.
Just wear something crazy. Remember, it's a costume party. Costume party. Yes.
Don't trust first impressions to just any network. Go with T-Mobile, the crown jewel of 5G.
Anybody want to split a turkey leg?
Ritz Cheese Crispers, where the crispiness of Ritz meets the bold taste of cheese.
I need a bite.
Try cheesy, crispy. Ritz Cheese Crispers. Only from Ritz.
It's the biggest season ever, and NFL Network is here for it. Thursday Night Football is back with 3 exclusive live games. This is the moment. The moment is right now.
What a game he's had.
And a special Sunday morning game live from London.
That's big time there.
Football is all the way back.
What a catch!
The exclusive live game starts September 16th only on NFL Network.
47-yard line.
30 years. And now they are here. The Yankees versus the White Sox on the Field of Dreams. Coverage begins next Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern, live on Fox.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
NFL players and clubs are committed to advancing social justice through work that reduces barriers to opportunity and creates progress in police community relations, criminal justice reform, education, and economic advancement. Learn more about the NFL's efforts to advance these issues at NFL.com/inspirechange. Steelers take over under a minute and a half left in quarter number 3. Hands. Samuels, good play by this Dallas defense as Kyron Brown. Kyron, who is a former New York Jet defensive back, makes that play, a loss of 2.
That's an excellent job by Brown of coming up and being able to make a play. That's what you're looking for from these corners, getting them involved in the run game. And you know, I know that a lot of these guys are not going to be the guys that we see when the regular season begins, but I do feel, as the defense has been the subject of conversation about whatever improvement we may see from the Cowboys, that they've got some talented players. It's just a matter of whether or not they can live up to the ability that they have.
Flat-footed throw, impressive. That's a catch, a fumble, and it's recovered by the Steelers. And it looks like it's enough for a first down. It is. Anthony Johnson comes away, made the catch, and then put it on the ground as Isaiah McCoy was there for the fumble recovery and the first down.
Yeah, gratuitous bounce and recovery, and you're right. They are able to pick up the first down as a result.
From the 31. Here is a toss running right. Balaj, who has a touchdown, the only one in this game, is forced out of bounds with a gain of 3. We are through 3 quarters here in Canton. It's a 9-3 game. Back after this from your local Fox station.
Fantasy Island, Tuesday on Fox.
Think premium can't be capable? Think again. Introducing the first ever AT4 lineup. Premium and capable. That's professional grade from GMC. Get over a $2,700 purchase allowance on 2021 Sierra Light Duty Crew Cab models when you finance through GM Financial. Plus, current eligible GMC owners get an additional $250 purchase allowance. Professional grade truck of the Carolina Panthers.
I got it! I got it! This is not a drill! Go! Go! Go!
Intended for Robert Tonyan. Incomplete.
Get moving!
Derwin James on the coverage.
Play like a millionaire. Premier Cash. With a $2 million top prize, it's the most premier thrill around.
Ed Watkins here with Ed Watkins Marine. Come see our huge selection of G3 boats powered by Yamaha.
G3 boats by Yamaha, including center consoles, deck boats, runabouts, bay boats, pontoons, tritoons, and bass boats. It's the summer clearance sale on all G3 Sportsman boats in stock. Save up to 20% now at Ed Watkins Marine. And our service department has the fastest turnaround time in the Charlotte Metro. Come see us today on Highway 16 in Denver or visit us online at edwatkinsmarine.com.
It's summer. Time to trade hibernation for liberation. Couch time for tan lines. Because there's a big world out there, and it's calling. For every rock, road, and reason to get out and go, you can count on a Kia to take you there. Ranked #1 in dependability by J.D. Power and backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Step into a new ride and a new adventure. Hurry into your local dealer for a great deal on a Kia.
Troy can't wait for this. Next Thursday, the Yankees and White Sox travel to Iowa, site of the most beloved baseball movie of all time, to play an historic regular season matchup on the real Field of Dreams. You don't want to miss it. MLB Field of Dreams game presented by Geico. Coverage begins next Thursday on Fox and the Fox Sports.
You're going to be calling that game?
I am going to be calling that game with Mr. John Smoltz and Kenny, and I assume Tom, and it's going to be special. It's going to be a lot of fun. Haskins, in the face of a blitz, passes incomplete. Blitz was coming off the edge, and Marcus Baugh, a tight end who was just added, could not secure the catch. Well, here's the defense, and the numbers were not good. The points allowed per game, the total yards per game, and then the rush yards per game. They couldn't stop the run. And they allowed almost 30 points per game, which is the second highest total in franchise history. And now in steps Dan Quinn. Third down and 7. Pass underneath is caught, and a nice tackle is made. Robinson made the stop. Tackle is made on Rico Bussey. Good for 4 yards, but not enough for a first down. As you see, the first 6 picks of their draft went to the defensive side.
Yeah, not surprising. I mean, they're pretty set on the offensive side of the ball. They had to clean that side of it up, and you know, they planned on going cornerback with their first pick in the first round, and the 2 guys that they had targeted were taken ahead of them, and then they wind up taking Micah Parsons, who, by all indications, this guy is going to be a really impactful player. He just has rare ability, size and speed and power. But Dan Quinn is simplifying some things that gives this defense a chance. Last year they had so many busted coverages and just breakdowns. You just can't play like that. They were trying to be multiple, do a lot of different things, and they've simplified. They're still going to be doing more than what they did a few years ago, and that's a good thing. So I think that in and of itself, some better players, some healthier players, they've got a chance to at least be a respectable unit that can complement that offense.
Presley Harvin's had a nice night punting the ball for Pittsburgh. That one 51 yards and puts it out of bounds at the 11. Well, there's pressure on a couple of linebackers for Dallas that go by the names of Jalen Smith and Leighton Vander Esch. Keanu Neal is added, Jabril Cox. Micah Parsons. Here is a first down as Jaquan Hardy gets 12.
This is some of the stuff we've seen both teams running the ball a little bit more, and it's just some of the things that you just don't get to work on a lot in practice. It's harder now than it's ever been with the limited time in pads and just the one practice a day. So to be able to work on some of these running game type concepts is big.
Nucci play action, sidearms it, and the pass is incomplete. Brandon Smith could not secure the catch. Good coverage by Mark Gilbert out there.
It was that sidearm delivery. DiNucci, he has shown that he has an ability to throw from any platform. He drops this thing down right down low. Just enough behind that they're not able. You got to get the ball out on the sideline.
Pass is caught. A couple of moves made. Brought down as Aaron Parker with a gain of 3. Well, this Steelers defense pretty well set. As you said early, Troy, they have that battle at the nickel spot. Slot corner, Arthur Mollett, Antoine Brooks. Trying to fill the void left with Mike Hilton's departure to Cincinnati. Cam Sutton now on the outside. They have Joe Hayden the other corner. T.J. Watt really hasn't practiced in full yet. Runner-up for Defensive Player of the Year and led the NFL with 15 sacks last year. Cam Hayward, Pros Pro. Catch and run here by Hardy. And he is out of bounds, a yard short of first down yardage.
Well, when you think of Pittsburgh Steelers, you think defense, and they've been awfully good for a long, long time. And then Keith Butler, he steps in when Dick LeBeau stepped down, and he's just continued with that trend. And they've been a top 5 defense 3 of the last 4 years. The 1 year that they weren't, they were 6th in the National Football League. And they've led the league in sacks each of the last 4 years. And in a game more than ever that we're seeing passing have the impact that it's had. Good when you got guys that can get after the quarterback.
Benucci going to throw it on 4th down and 1 broken up. They roll out Danucci. Parker was the target, and Stephen Denmark downfield to break it up. Steelers will take over on downs with 12:01 left here in Canton.
Nice truck.
Yeah, it's a Chevy Silverado.
Check out this multi-flex tailgate. Multi-flex, huh?
Come step.
Mom, that's flexing again.
That's not all. You can extend the bed for longer stuff.
Still flexing.
That's right. And it becomes a workspace. You can put your laptop here. I'm sending an imaginary email.
Hey, Dad, dinner.
Hey, look who stopped by Daddy's office.
Wait, you work here?
The Chevy Silverado with the available multi-flex tailgate. Find new flexibility, find new roads. Chevrolet.
The best in Canton are never smiling, not even Peyton Manning. And he's always enjoying himself in real life. So for someone we've enjoyed watching on and off the field, we made him a second bust, one that enshrines his love of life. Behold, the Michelob Ultra Smiling Peyton Bust Tap Handle. Congrats, Peyton.
NFL Fantasy is back. Let's go! For the biggest season ever. More catches, rushing yards, touchdowns, and fantasy points. From the best in the league to the rookies that can make this your year. Just sign up and drive. It's easy to play. Optimize your lineup with one click. And watch exclusive player stories. NFL Fantasy. It couldn't be easier to play. Download the NFL Fantasy app today.
This fall, Fox is making television history again. Undiscovered talent get the chance to perform as their avatar alter ego. Who will be your alter ego? A new competition series, Wednesdays after The Masked Singer, this fall on Fox.
Welcome to Fantasy Island.
This is intense.
I love my job.
Let the adventure begin. Fantasy Island, series premiere Tuesday on Fox.
Welcome back to Canton, Ohio for tonight's Hall of Fame game. And I feel like every time you read an article about what's going on with the Dallas Cowboys in training camp, you hear about a catch that you've made. CeeDee Lamb, wide receiver, joining me right now. And you forget, this is really your first training camp. You didn't get to experience all this. How's it been?
It's all new to me. Honestly, just kind of getting familiar with Oxnard for the first time. And my second year in the NFL is kind of unfortunate. So, taking it all in and enjoying it all.
Yeah, and I know it's been unfortunate. Last year, you really didn't have a chance to work with Dak Prescott before he went down. Obviously, he's missed time here in training camp, but you spent a lot of time with him in the offseason. What can you share about the work that you guys did together?
Just being able to communicate and work together, it's always good. And I feel like the offseason is probably, where you should get the most work. And just working with Ford is always a great time. And he's the ultimate competitor. And then obviously just from the season, Game 5 of the Giants, seeing him go down and then for him to walk again and, throw a ball, it's a great sign.
Yeah, I bet. Nobody's really seen him throw a ball. How did he look in the offseason when you two were together?
He looks fantastic.
Yeah?
I'm excited for him, and I can't wait to have him back.
Besides you, there's been a lot of talk in camp about Dan Quinn and his new defense. A lot of chatter about the swagger this defense has. You've had to go up against them. What have you noticed?
Yeah, they're definitely communicating a lot more, you know, playing as a group. And you like to see that the competitiveness in practice is at its peak. And I feel like, you know, we go every day back and forth. It's only going to get better.
Well, thanks for your time. Great to meet you, by the way. Joe, you forget, you know, all our meetings with these guys were over Zoom last year, so finally get to see them in person.
Yes, ma'am.
Great to see you.
Likewise, I appreciate it.
Thanks, CD.
Thank you.
Well, he's just a star, and he's been the star of their camp, as Aaron said. Here's a handoff about a yard shy of a first down. 935 receiving yards, number 2 rookie total, and you look at where he comes in behind Bob Hayes back in 1965, and basically the number 2 rookie totals behind Justin Jefferson, doing it with only 5 starts from Dak Prescott.
Well, that's right. I mean, no telling what his numbers would have looked like had Dak have stayed healthy. He was primarily a slot receiver last year, about 90% of the time, and he will be lining up on the outside more. He's gotten stronger this offseason, which you would expect going through a full offseason in his second season. And the sky's the limit for this young man. You know, when they came into training camp, I was saying that he very well could, by the end of the season, emerge as the go-to guy, the #1 wide receiver. But yet that's happened in camp because Amari Cooper hasn't yet practiced, coming off of, you know, his surgery, and he'll be ready to go. But there's going to be some decisions to make after this season. Michael Gallup, who we've not really talked much about, he's also, I think, a really fine young wide receiver, and they won't be able to keep all of them.
Handoff here to Samuels, who just picked up the first down as Josh Dobbs is into the game. Kyron Brown made that play.
I know that's something to worry about for another day. Here's the 3, and this is why, as we saw Mike McCarthy say, it's more fun to call passes, especially when you got guys like this to throw the football to. And they are quite a trio. And so we'll see where it all ends. But CeeDee Lamb, he's been a highlight reel in training camp, and he's been out there practicing every single day, and it goes a long way. Now you've got the quarterback down, but I know that they're starting to hit their stride.
Dobbs fires, pass is caught but out of bounds. Catch was made by Matthew Sexton, but well out of bounds as Dobbs was running for his life.
Well, they moved the pocket. They got blocking out in front. And then a chance just ran out of real estate.
Azur Kamara, who is out there with pressure for the Dallas defense. It's now 3rd down and goal. Dobbs sets up, throws pass there, touchdown. Tyler Simmons. Dobbs just got rid of it, and Simmons got his head around, and the ball was waiting for him.
Yeah, a really good job by Dobbs, knowing that he's going to take the hit. He's got pressure right in his face, and yet, you know, he just focused downfield, sits in the pocket, delivers a perfect ball, you know, right on the money.
That was Kamara again with pressure. Sloman for the extra point. He's missed one tonight. And now he's made one. 16-3 ball game. First of 4 preseason games for the Steelers and Cowboys. Pittsburgh on top.
We have Dak Prescott joining us, looking strong. What's your secret?
My new Sleep Number 360 smart bed. Total game changer. Any other questions? What if I sleep hot?
And I sleep cold.
No problem. It's temperature balancing, so couples can sleep better together.
Can it help me fall asleep faster?
Yeah, by gently warming your feet.
But can it help keep me asleep?
It sure can. It senses your movements and automatically adjusts to keep you comfortable all night.
Can it really promise better sleep?
Not promise, proof. Sleep Number. Proven quality sleep.
This preseason, take football further with NFL Game Pass.
We make plays and we dominate. You know what it is when I come around.
Catch every rookie debut.
Welcome to the NFL.
See big names in their new homes and get all the action for the upcoming season.
Oh, my goodness!
NFL Game Pass.
This our season right here, man. This everything for us.
To be a legend.
This is the fight we've all been waiting for.
Pacquiao, Spence Jr., August 21st, live on pay-per-view. Buy now on the Fox Sports app and watch on any screen you want.
The bar, Sasha Banks is back. Plus, John Cena will now face Universal Champion Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. It's an all-new Friday Night SmackDown, live at 8 Eastern on Fox.
13-point game, under 9 to go. We'll welcome you back inside the broadcast with Joe Buck, Trey Aikman, and then this guy.
Me. I'm actually here. I'm here.
Good little percent.
My three-piece have got more time. That's important.
Hopefully Peyton Manning is watching somewhere here in Canton, Ohio. We're going to go through some of the rule changes that we can expect. We have the foremost expert, the guy who knows more about the rules than anybody walking the planet. Is that fair?
Wow. I'll accept that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. There are changes, although you'll be happy to know, viewing public, not that many coming into this year. Here's a return by Reggie Davis. There's a few rule changes. Here's the big one that you want to focus on.
Yeah, I think, look, at the league we know has been focusing on player safety for years. And while it's all been about the head, the knee injuries are up 33% in the last 5 years. So they basically banned all blocks below the waist that happen outside what's called the tight end zone. So that's the edge of the tight end position, 5 yards on either side of the ball. And it's a big change. Could have an effect on the running game, but they are addressing now knees, not just the head.
DiNucci back to work. Handoff and over the right side is Knox for one.
And I think the other thing, Joe, is they have what's now called a video assistant. So as people talked about Sky Judge, it's almost a variation of that. So you have actually situations now where this video assistant, who is the replay official, by the way, can make some changes on objective plays in real time and have the game not stop, which I think we're all for if we can keep the flow of the game going. And again, limited objective plays, lines, ground, those types of things, which I think is a good move.
Pass is incomplete. And it's Gilbert again with really good coverage for the Steelers. That'll bring up 3rd down and 9. Say that again, because I think it's something you and I talk about, if not on camera and on the air, off the air a lot. Trying to keep a little bit more game flow and having somebody with the ability to call right in and say, no, that pass was incomplete. It's 2nd and 10.
Ball hitting the ground, they can make the change and assist the officials in making the right call. Runner ruled out of bounds short of the goal line, but he didn't step out of bounds. That's objective. He didn't step on the line. They can assist the officials to make the right call. So we could conceivably, not that it's intended to have less replays, but it's intended to keep the flow of the game going so we don't have as many stops.
And it could, in some cases, allow the head coach to not have to challenge a play.
Yeah, certainly, and that's something that the clubs have looked at. They're going to have to maybe wait a little bit before they actually throw the challenge flag to see if it can be corrected. But I think they're all happy about it. The coaches were happy about it because things are going to get changed, or the assistance goes to the officials, which allows them not to have to throw the challenge flag and risk the timeout.
Mike, thanks. Good to have you back with us. As Nice Wander hits it. Sexton with a fair catch. There's always one guy that you find out is going into the Hall of Fame, and you go, wait, he's not in the Hall of Fame already? That's the case with Donnie Shell. Tom Rinaldi will visit with him on the other side of the break.
Verizon launched the first 5G network, and now we want to be the first to give everyone the joy of 5G by giving every customer a new 5G phone. Old customers, new customers, families, businesses, every customer. From these bakers to these bakers. And new 5G phones when you trade in your old ones. Cracked, busted, sticky buttons and all, thank you. Upgrade your phone, upgrade your network.
Ritz Cheese Crispers, where the crispiness of Ritz meets the bold taste of cheese.
I need a bite.
Try cheesy, crispy. Ritz Cheese Crispers. Only from Ritz.
Every time Nacho Fries came back, that bold seasoning was drawing something closer. And once they taste that warm nacho cheese sauce, they won't stop till there's nothing left.
Taco Bell's Fry Force, now serving at a Taco Bell near you.
The wait is over. It's time to suit up for the biggest season ever. Time for the preseason. With every game on NFL Network, including 23 live games. Time to see these guys back in action. These guys in new threads. And how these young guys stack up. It's time for football. NFL preseason, August 12th and 29th on NFL Network.
It took 30 years. And now they are here. The Yankees versus the White Sox on the Field of Dreams. Coverage begins next Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern, live on Fox.
And welcome back to Canton. 16-3, the Steelers over the Cowboys. The first preseason game of this NFL season. Joined by fear incarnate, if you will. The fifth member of the Steel Curtain defense to reach the Hall of Fame, the great Donnie Shell. Donnie, undrafted when the Steelers signed you in 1974. From then to the Hall of Fame. How do you describe the journey?
It's a long journey, but well worth it. A lot of hard work. A lot of people helped me along my journey. I'm very thankful for that, and I'll try to do the same today.
More than 3 decades after you retired, waiting to get the knock or the call that said you will be enshrined. What does it mean to you?
Well, when David Baker called me, my wife said, "You've never been lost, have a loss for words." I could not describe the feeling. I could not express myself. But it was well worth the wait.
Yeah, and you're enshrined as well, in this case posthumously, with the great Beaumont, the great scout and front office executive for the Steelers. Share with people, Donnie, what he means to you and so many of the players that he found and funneled toward Pittsburgh.
Bill was a pioneer. He had a lot of foresight and foreseeability. He had the foreseeability to switch me from linebacker to strong safety. And that's why I signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Also, he was a mentor. People don't know this. To many of us that came through the Steelers organization. He's a great man.
We are teammates with your quarterback in a different way here at Fox with Terry Bradshaw. Can you give us some tips or what it was like to have him as a teammate back then?
He was a hoot, and he feels a hoot now.
You can't say it any better than that. Donnie, let me just have to do one quick thing. Take a shot of the shoes here. Take a shot of the shoes. If you want to talk about somebody from head to toe.
Yeah, Steeler Nation, that is right there.
From head to toe, congratulations, Donnie. A long time coming. Have a great weekend.
Thank you very much, Tom. Appreciate it.
Guys.
All right, Tom, thank you, and congratulations to Donnie Shell. Here is Presley Harvin, who's getting this chance again. And he's been one of the highlights for the Steelers tonight.
Well, he sure has.
Again, 254th pick. Only punter drafted in this past draft. Hits a line drive, and that ends up off the returner Reggie Davis, and recovered by the Steelers and Anthony Johnson. Took a hard bounce and went up right into Davis. And there's Johnson waiting for the recovery.
Just a great job in the punt. That thing's coming in pretty hot. Takes the high hop right at the very end. Unprepared for that. That was one of those where the young player just wanted to make a showing and hangs in there. And you got Fossil, the special teams coach, who's talking to him. Probably have been better off trying to let that one go.
So the Steelers back on offense with just over 5.5 to play. From the Dallas 25, Dobbs keeps out to his left. Loss of football as he was being guarded out there on the edge by Rondo Carter. We acknowledge the Cowboys training staff after suffering one of the most trying seasons with regard to injuries in recent memory. The Dallas Cowboys training staff rewarded the Ed Block Courage Award. Jim Maurer, Britt Brown, Greg Gaither, Hanson Yang.
These guys have been there a long time. Jim Maurer and Britt Brown, they go back to when I was playing, and yeah, they did really a remarkable job. They got named the training staff of the year, and the job that they did this offseason in getting those guys you mentioned ready to go. It's kind of the thankless job behind the scenes. Not many people see it, but to a man that was out there during those rehab sessions and working through it, they talk about the impact that those guys had on them, and they really do a terrific job. Most of these trainers around the league do. And a lot of times it goes unnoticed. So congratulations to those guys on that award.
They had to get Jarwin ready, had to get Lyle Collins ready, Zach Martin ready, Tyron Smith ready, Dak Prescott, all off major injuries and surgeries. 3rd down and 9 here. Dobbs fires, pass, caught, and a spin for a first down. Anthony Johnson, who just made that play on special teams, and I'll tell you, Josh Dobbs is really throwing the ball well.
No, that's what I was just going to say. Josh Dobbs has made a nice showing. He's only had 17 career pass attempts, and so you start looking at this as to how many quarterbacks will Pittsburgh keep, and are you able to work your way up the ladder, and that's going to be a challenge for him with the guys that he has ahead of him. But this is a good start tonight. He's done some good things.
Samuels left side tripped up. Jabril Cox, the rookie and 4th round pick from LSU out there on the edge, made the stop. Gain of 5.
This is the interesting time of a preseason game with all these different players. The other thing, when you look at the roster, when these decisions start to be made, a lot of the flexibility that the league allowed last year with the roster will continue again this season, and I know that that's something that the coaches really like.
Samuels again brought down short of 1st down yardage by Luke Gifford. 3rd down and a yard.
See Mike Tomlin, we talked about him a little bit earlier, comparing some of the things that he's done with the career of Bill Cowher, and he got the job young too. They've kind of got their formula as far as what they're looking for when they hire these head coaches, but the fact that he hasn't even had a losing season in the NFL, that's really impressive.
Samuels stood up. Gifford was in there. Bohanna as well. And no gain on the play to bring up 4th down and a yard, and that should take us to the 2-minute warning. These two franchises that have met 3 times in Super Bowls past get together here on the 5th of August, 2021. 4th down and 1 when we come back for the Steelers up 13.
At PNC Bank, We believe in the power of the watch out. The make way coming through. Great, the storm alert. Dad. And the subtle but effective ding. That's why we created Low Cash Mode, the financial watch out that gives you the options and time needed to help you avoid overdraft fees. It's one way we're making a difference. Because we believe how you handle overdraft should be in your control, not just your bank's. Low Cash Mode on Virtual Wallet from PNC Bank.
Deep sea driving, I see.
Something like that.
Well, here's something else. With your Farmers Policy perk, new car replacement, you can get a new one.
That is something else.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmers Policy perks.
We are farmers.
What makes Febreze air effects different? While cheaper aerosols rely on artificial propellants, Febreze uses a 100% natural propellant. Check it out. Pressure created by what's in your air makes the bottle spray, which means freshness everyone will love. Febreze.
It's the biggest season ever, and NFL Network is here for it. Thursday Night Football is back with 3 exclusive live games.
What a game he's at.
And a special Sunday morning game, live from London.
That's big time there.
Football is all the way back.
What a catch!
The exclusive live game starts September 16th, only on NFL Network.
The HBO original Hard Knocks, focusing on the Cowboys this year.
You've seen the schedule, 207 days into that Super Bowl. Everything we do is about winning the world championship. Period. That's all that matters. And once you hold that trophy up, I'm going to tell you right now, it's heavier than you think it is. But when you hold it up, there ain't nothing else in this business.
The new season of Hard Knocks premiering August 10th on HBO, and he got to hoist that after the 2010 season, winning Super Bowl 45 with the Green Bay Packers over Mike Tomlin and the Pittsburgh Steelers in Arlington, Texas, where he now hangs his hat. Everything comes full circle in this NFL. Two teams with legitimate hopes for postseason in 2021. 4th down and 1 here. Samuel still in the backfield. Dobbs keeps. In trouble, throws incomplete. And the Cowboys will take over as Jabril Cox had pressure on Dobbs. And Dallas has it. We'll be right back after this about the upcoming NFL season.
This our season right here, man. This everything works.
Cowboys have it down 13 points, under 2 to go. DiNucci from the end zone throws sidearm passes. Jaquan Hardy brought down immediately by Lamont Wade, a gain of 4.
Well, it gives them a chance here with Ben DiNucci to get into the no huddle with the last 2 minutes of this ball game and backed up, see what he's able to do in this hurry-up offense.
2nd and 6, pass caught. And a good throw to lead the receiver to the sideline. Eagles. Brennan Eagles makes that catch and a run after the catch for 25. Arthur Smith, Dan Campbell, David Culley, Urban Meyer, Brandon Staley, Robert Saleh, and Nick Sirianni. All new head coaches and first-timers in the NFL for 2021.
I'll tell you, the guy that I'm looking forward to seeing how he's able to do is Robert Saleh there with the New York Jets. And Zach Wilson, you know, a lot of talk about Trevor Wilson and Zach Wilson then taking second. I like what I saw of him in college. He's going to be an interesting fellow to keep an eye on too. I think it gives a lot of Jets fans a lot of hope. And then of course Matt LaFleur, who's done a heck of a job on the offensive side of the ball for the Green Bay Packers. His brother, his younger brother Mike, LaFleur will be the offensive coordinator. So you'll see a lot of similarities to what the Packers do offensively, as well as what you see from the San Francisco 49ers and Kyle Shanahan. I think it's going to be exciting.
Well, now a drop by Brandon Smith after a beautiful diving catch for a first down a moment ago. Rookie from Iowa, college free agent. Here's that catch a moment ago. Big-bodied guy, 6'1", 215. Couldn't make that last catch. It'll be 2nd and 10. And DiNucci operating in the 2-minute offense. 2 timeouts in his pocket. Blitz coming from the Steelers, and DiNucci fires to the sideline. It is incomplete. Osiris Mitchell.
Shows you a little bit of DiNucci's arm strength and things he's able to do as he's backpedaling, and he still is able to get enough velocity on the ball to get it to the outside. And so you do see some of the things that Mike McCarthy has talked about when it comes to him and his ability. He's trying to put it all together without putting too much pressure on himself with the limited amount of time that he's going to get in the preseason.
Low snap. 3rd down, and he gets hit from behind. Cowboys able to get back on it. Now it's 4 and a loss of 9. Pressure on the play by Abdullah Anderson.
Anderson, he just beats his man, has a straight shot. DiNucci feeling like he's going to be protected, is about to get ready to throw the football, and here he comes. It's starting to remind him of that night in Philadelphia.
4th down and forever. DiNucci out to his right. He is going to run, and he gets forever. How about that on 4th down and 19? He got plenty. And now 4 seconds remain and a chance to heave it into the end zone. And wouldn't it be fitting with Drew Pearson going into the Hall of Fame if we see a Hail Mary complete here in Canton, Ohio?
Well, let's see what they try to do, if they're actually going to take a shot or if they're going to merely execute the offense.
And just thrown away. This game is over. Pressure on DiNucci, and he just gets rid of it. 16-3 is the final, and for these two teams, the first of 4 preseason games ends here in Canton. Mike McCarthy from Pittsburgh to midfield with a handshake for Mike Tomlin. Long way to go for these two in 2021. We'll take a break and come back right after this.
We did it again. Verizon has been named America's most reliable network by RootMetrics. And our customers rated us #1 for network quality in America, according to J.D. Power. #1 in reliability 16 times in a row. Most awarded for network quality 27 times in a row. Proving once again that nobody builds networks like Verizon. That's why we're building 5G right. That's why there's only one best network.
6G. Growth hack. Network.
B-Dub's new crispy hand-breaded classic chicken sandwich plus fries for $5.99 is made live in a real-life sports bar with live non-virtual friends. This is real life. So real it's $5.99 for a limited time. Buffalo Wild Wings.
One evening,
let's go, Walter.
After you, the fire was burning. Contract came right. And boys, I'm not turning. I'm headed for my
It's a multi-flex tailgate. It can be a step. It can even become a workspace.
Look at Pat.
What's so great about him? He didn't have a workspace.
The Chevy Silverado with the available multi-flex tailgate. Find new adventures. Find new roads. Chevrolet.
money in your home down?
Yeah, and Bubby should finally do the trick.
Well, good luck. We found ours yesterday.
Look at you guys in the attic.
With Rocket Mortgage, we used our home's equity and turned it into cash.
Equity? Yeah, you can do it on your phone.
Check your phone before you wreck your home, Daryl.
That's easy.
When you want to find money in your home, Rocket can.
Oh, that's all good, Daryl. I got a guy.
And Doug.
Oh, are you using Liberty Mutual's coverage customizer tool? Sorry? Well, since you asked, it finds discounts and policy recommendations, so you only pay for what you need. Wait, you're an animal! Who's got the bird legs now?
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Can't believe we were locked in that vault for years, perfecting Dr. Pepper's Zero Sugar. 23 perfect flavors, zero sugar.
One last freeze frame cheers.
Zero!
The zero you deserve is finally here.
We're so embarrassed we overpaid for this used car. We don't even want to show our faces around here.
If you don't see me, you're not seeing the most accurate price. Shop at Carfax. You won't have to overpay on a used car again. Shop millions of great deals at the all-new Carfax.com.
It's the return of the global singing phenomenon. Can you guess the celebrities behind the mask?
I was young when I learned there was a difference between us and them. The only crown I've ever worn is the one growing out of my head. But I have a secret. I belong here.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming up next on Fox, your late local news, except on the West Coast. The Cowboys and the Steelers get together here on the 5th of August. 28 new Hall of Famers to be enshrined over the weekend, including our own Jimmy Johnson. There's the final good night from Canton.
Fox Sports thanks you for watching this presentation of the National Football League. For NFL news and highlights, go to NFL.com.
It's bow time. This isn't just any chicken sandwich. It's the new Bo's Chicken Sandwich. We took our time perfecting this bold seasoned, hand-breaded, certified Southern powerhouse. Pile that big league buttermilk crunch with crispy pickles and creamy mayo for a chicken sandwich so good.
This is so fucking good.
Nana will forget her table manners. Try the new Bo's Chicken Sandwich for $3.99. It's bow time.
Again, and Glad said, get back in there. We're going to stay through our 2-month commitment, and then we'll have a conversation.
The United States has scored 9 unanswered points. Ross has the dig. And she puts it away. April Ross patrolling the back line like a sand panther. And the United States, there's Glenn up front. Impressive so far. So make it 10 straight points. Remember, Australia led 2-0. And through a timeout, they are unable to stop the bleeding at the moment. Ross will try it again. Clancy off the hands, out of bounds. Nice shot by Taliqua Clancy.
And if there's kryptonite for a great offensive team, it's an even better jump serve. No one better in the game than Taliqua Clancy going back. She's been very quiet.
Now Taliqua Clancy will serve. That stopped a 10-0 scoring run. Back set, Ross, and Ross is into the net. Now a timeout on the sand. United States by 6.
At T-Mobile for Business, unconventional thinking means we see things differently, so you can focus on what... Whether it's ensuring food arrives as fresh as when it departs, being first on the scene when every second counts, or teaching biology without a lab, we are the leader in 5G, #1 in customer satisfaction, and a partner who includes 5G in every plan. So you get it all, without trade-offs. Unconventional thinking. It's better for business.
We're all gonna die.
I hope so.
Guardians of the Galaxy director James Gunn will be unleashed. His epic new vision of the Suicide Squad is explosive.
Well, that's kind of our thing.
It's all brilliant.
Okay. TMI, man.
Like nothing we've seen before. It's a masterpiece of mayhem. The Suicide Squad. Get your tickets now in theaters on HBO Max. Rated R.
Let's go, Walter.
Come on, bud, you're scaring him. Walter. Walter.
One evening as the sun went down and the jungle fire was burned.
Okay, last one.
Get him, beside the crystal mountain. So come with me, go and see the big rock candy mountain.
I know, right? It's the multi-flex tailgate. It can be a step, you can extend the bed, it can even become a workspace.
Look at Cat.
What's so great about him? He didn't have a workspace. He's a cat.
The Chevy Silverado with the available multi-flex tailgate.
Walter, go get some firewood.
Find new adventures. Find new roads. Chevrolet.
Second set. April Ross on the attack as she pokes it home. April Ross. And a hug.
Early in her career, she did it with a power game. Big swings, big serve. The evolution. Now the vision, the touch, the finesse, and the leadership.
You know that the Americans are known as the A-team. April and Alice. And that's an ace. But they are also known as Team Hugs because they do it so often. Matter of fact, got a stat from Doug Strauss. 36 serves in the first set, Kevin Wong. USA hugged 34 times. Didn't on the play with a challenge or April's hitting error. Well, hugs, important. The United States has 7 aces, and that one's curled on the line.
Crazy stat as we talked about how big the serving would have to be for Team Australia. Little did we know that the USA would have their best serving match of the Olympics.
A 14-6 lead here. Maria Faye Artacho will serve it. And it's an ace. That dropped off the table.
Talked about April's mom, Margie, passing away while she was a student at USC. She said, my grades were suffering, I wasn't sleeping well, I wasn't taking care of myself, I wasn't proud of who I was becoming. Said she rededicated herself, she got inspiration from her mom and making sure she was the best version of herself, and I think we can all agree, Margie's very proud.
April Ross and Alice Kleinman. 7 points away from the gold medal. These might be the toughest 7 points they've had to deal with in quite some time. Talking over a little strategy there.
Terry Wallace called April a machine. Misty May trainer called her a beast. Hardest worker in the business. And here's where that hard work pays off.
Last gold medal for the United States record in London. Kerry Walsh Jennings and Misty May, the last hurrah for them. April Ross with their partner Jen Kessie taking silver. Set is off, tapping. Clancy right back over the net. And the Americans don't react well, they let it drop. Ross. Cross court, missed it.
Talked about it, right? The journey of 1,000 steps, the last few ones the hardest. Really good timeout here from the A team. You know, we've detailed a lot about the physical effects of the heat. Equally damaging the mental effects, right? You just don't think as clearly out there. Good chance for them to cool down, get a little bit of hydration, and reset.
Australia has scored 4 in a row and are feeling pretty good about it. After falling behind big time, they were down by 8 at one point, 14-6.
Clancy on the right, I think about her, I think about the sacrifices she made, the sacrifices her mom made, 150 miles away from the nearest beach, grew up in rural Kingaroy. First Indigenous Australian to compete in the Olympic beach volleyball event. She's from the Woolili people. Has your Aboriginal flag tattooed on her wrist, representing not just herself, but the whole group.
Here we go. And the serve is out of bounds. And that, folks, is the one of the 7 sins of serving. After the timeout, Australia serves it out of bounds. 15-9 United States. Ross. Artacho off, Kleinman out of bounds. Good shot. Australia, the 5th seeded team in the tournament. They registered the biggest upset. They knocked out Canada. Melissa Humana-Paredes and Sarah Pavin, the gold medal favorite. They did not win a medal. Over the top. Off Kleinman. Artacho cut shot is a beauty.
And for the first time, you get the feeling Team USA getting tested. Some of the bounces going the way of Australia. Already called their timeout. Got to step in there. 6-1 Australia run.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25.
And who's leading the charge? April Ross. Come on, let's go.
Both teams out of timeouts. Ross on the run. Artacho another dig. Down the line, Ross has got it. And she puts it away. We said these next 7 points were going to be tough. And it's 16-11.
And this is the point. The sand feels deeper. Feels like you're going through quicksand. The run seems longer. And you can see the wet areas on the court and then dry areas out back. That is where it's 130 degrees. Right where Alex Kleinman is right now.
United States up by 5, although it seems closer than that. And that serve is out of bounds. So slowly but surely, the Aussies are creeping here.
You know, and throughout the run up to the Olympics, April was saying all the right things. She said, the gold, I want it, but it's not going to be the thing that defines my career. It's the cherry on top. I'm so grateful for all the things I've done, all the partners I've gotten to play with. But this is the point where the gravity of the situation really plays out. April looking for legacy. Alex Kleinman feeling the pressure of taking your partner to the promised land.
So the Americans' lead has been cut to 4. And a shank serve out of bounds. And now it is nervous time as Sheokaze Park for the United States.
And here's the things you're thinking. You're thinking, we're giving up points. You're thinking, we should be winning this game. You're thinking, I don't want to go to a 3rd set because anything can happen. Too much stinking thinking.
Kleinman. Big swing right over the top. Just like she used to do in college, up on the farm in Palo Alto as a Stanford Card.
And today she's bent a couple of times, but she's never broken.
17-13.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
April Ross to serve it. Artacho down the line, but out of bounds. So a hit here for the Aussies. And it's 18-13. United States closing in.
Watch for Clancy on two. She's been setting a lot, but I think she's going to be a little bit more aggressive if she can here.
The field goal, a 49-yard attempt.
Ross, that's OB.
Jason Myers for the Seahawk field goal. A 49-yard
We'll make it 18-14. In a set to 21. Now Clancy will serve it. Down by 4. Into the middle. Off speed. It's a beauty.
You know, we talked to them after their silver medal in the World Championships back in 2019. There's a pride of doing well, but there was also a disappointment. You're constantly thinking of what you could have done better.
19-14. USA 2 points away. Nobody up. Ross with a dig. Dug, but out of bounds. So Ross gets the kill. It is the first match point for the United States.
brings up second and 3.
Clancy on 2. She got it. And a side change.
First time these two athletes talked, Alex Kleinman wasn't ready. April Ross saw big things, saw big potential, said you got to still do some work. Wasn't the simple choice, wasn't the easy choice, but she said she saw something special about Alex. She knew she'd figure things out.
Here we go. Second match point for the United States. Ross has it. Looping out of bounds. So it is now 20-16. Third chance for the United States here. Match point. And it's into the net. That is it. The United States has won the gold medal.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Chargers.
It's celebration time out in SoCal. The A team with an A+ performance. The Americans finish the Olympics with a 7-0 record, undefeated, Kevin.
And you think about the journey. You think about the hardships. You think about the uncertainties. Really, it was a team that kept working, kept the faith, kept the trust that prevailed here today.
So the United States back on top of the beach volleyball world. It took an extra year, but it was worth the wait. Alex Kleinman, April Ross. That is joy.
Just in
It's bow time. This isn't just any chicken sandwich. It's the new Bo's Chicken Sandwich. We took our time perfecting this bold season, hand-breaded, certified Southern powerhouse. Pile that big league buttered milk crunch with crispy pickles and creamy mayo for a chicken sandwich so good.
This is so fucking good.
Nana will forget her table manners. Try the new Bo's Chicken Sandwich for $3.99. It's bow time.
I got the vaccine to protect myself.
Because COVID-19 is still spreading.
All the patients I take care of with COVID-19 have one thing in common.
They have not gotten their vaccine.
The vaccines were proven safe and effective in clinical trials with thousands of people.
That's why I tell my friends and family to get theirs.
I'll take feeling achy for a day or two over going to the hospital or dying any day.
Don't wait.
Go to myspot.nc.gov
to get your free COVID vaccine.
Sponsored by NCDHHS.
This broadcast is presented by authority of the International Olympic Committee and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form without the express written consent of the International Olympic Committee.
Dear Cammie, my sweet baby girl, I had you after 4 Olympic Games, 6 gold medals, 3 silver. Do you know what they said after I had you? That I was too old to compete. That I couldn't get my body back in shape. But Cammie, here I am to prove them wrong. And sweet girl, I want more medals. I deeply want you to see me standing on the top of that podium with gold around my neck. And know that Mommy worked hard for it.
That's the end of the third quarter with the score Chargers 21, Seahawks.
You'll see Cammie's mom go for gold tomorrow night and try to add to this tally. The United States now up to 92 medals overall. A 30th gold just won in beach volleyball by the team of April Ross and Alex Kleiman. By the way, for perspective, the U.S. won 46 in Rio. One of the reasons the numbers are down across the board, more National Olympic Committees, 88 have won medals than ever before. It's a global world of impact sports at the highest level. The United States still atop the medal count as we go back around the bay to Chris Marlowe, where the U.S. just won gold in beach volleyball. Chris?
American jubilation. April Ross completes her Olympic medal collection. She's now got a gold, a silver, and a bronze. Alex Kleiman, her first gold. Let's go down to Dane Blanton.
April and Alex, Olympic gold medalists here in Tokyo. April, let's first start with you. You said that this would be the cherry on top. You've won everything the sport has thrown at you, but now Olympic gold medalist. How does that sound?
It's amazing. I mean, I thought it's so tough. Like, it was such a shot in the dark, and for us to get here and do this with this kind of competition just like blows my mind, and I'm so grateful to everyone who helped us get here, for Alex, for just, I don't know, I'm at a loss for words. I mean, I couldn't have done this without Alex, obviously. She's amazing, but to get a gold medal finally just feels so amazing.
Alex, you were an indoor player. You had Olympic dreams, switched over to beach. You picked up the best player in the world. Tell me the emotions that are going through you right now as an Olympic gold medalist.
A lot of disbelief. I mean, this is what we dreamed of, and this is why we sacrificed so much and worked so hard, but I still don't know if I ever really expected this to come true, and it just feels like such a fairy tale, and I'm so grateful for April and the rest of our team, and it was truly a team effort. I feel like we all worked together so well, and everybody chipped in, and I'm just beyond proud of our team.
You've come a long way since that meeting in Stagecoach, I know. Did you think it would happen this fast?
I mean, with the way Alex improved, it seemed a real possibility, you know, but I mean, we have so much trouble with that team. That's an amazing Australian team, and we were on pins and needles trying to figure out how we were going to figure out a way to beat them, and
we struggle with that team probably more than anybody. So.
And it came down, our strategy was we have to outserve them, and I think that's what we did.
Honestly, yeah, we had Tyler Hildebrand, one of our coaches, bombing jump serve, so we were trying to get ready for Taliko's jump serve, and then a big part of our strategy was just taking them out of their system, so serving really tough and serving space, and I think that's really like what, you know, gave us the biggest advantage in that match.
But I'm just really proud of how hard we have worked over the years and how Alex she dove in so hard to beach volleyball and studied the game and worked her butt off, and so she deserves this.
April, you mentioned your mother, Marjorie, who you lost at a young age, and thanking the Lord. What does this mean to your family?
Oh, I mean, I feel like she's out there with me all the time. I wear this necklace. This is a necklace she gave me, and, you know, I'm out there talking to her. I'm like, Mom, I need your help on this serve. Like, let this one fall in, you know, and I feel like she's out there, so she's on our team too, and it means a lot.
You guys, thanks for stopping. Go celebrate. Congrats. Here in Tokyo. Let's go back to the studio to Mike Tirico.
Dane, thanks. So Alex comes into beach volleyball, wins a gold medal, and April has gold, silver, and bronze. You will see them live tomorrow morning, only on Today. Another gold medal for the U.S. came last night in men's wrestling. It was the freestyle 86-kilogram event. You need to see what happened. Here's how Jason Knapp and John Smith called it.
Nothing doing there. John, both of these guys have just blitzed their opponents to get to this point, and now it is a serious war here in the grapple for gold.
It's going to be a sharp shot. Needs to find that shot. Just like to see him go back to that high crotch that he scored with. There's attempt at it. Maybe taking 2 or 3 shots here. 36 seconds, 35. Good job of wrestling out of it. There's another double. Feel your pressure there. Feel your pressure there. Wrestle there. Wrestle there.
23 seconds left as they break them to go back to the center. Guy with a nickname, the Magic Man, David Taylor, needs to find some late to win gold against his nice double leg. The takedown for 2. The American takes the lead with less than 15 seconds left.
Nice double leg. Finishes it. Needs to just hold tight there. Don't give up a reversal.
Taylor can celebrate. Whoa. The American, the Magic Man. It's not an illusion. It's reality. David Taylor finally grabs Olympic gold.
What a beautiful shot at the end. Double leg.
He's done it throughout his career. Finding ways, John, when you least expect it. And the Magic Man does it one more time. And that is earned against the guy that has been so dominant in stretches of his career. And the emotions from those from Iran who revere Yazdani with nicknames in that country like the greatest and fearless and the king. David Taylor is now the king of this weight class at 86 kilos. He is an Olympic gold medalist.
And I do believe it was a double leg, not a shot that you don't see him hit very often, but a straight-on double leg that finished him off for the 2-point takedown.
What a cool moment for him making his Olympic debut to take home gold. I want to show you a couple other sports here real quick. Sport climbing, which is making its debut, one of the 4 new sports on the program. From south of Salt Lake City, Murray, Utah, American Nathaniel Coleman is bringing back home a medal. He was the first American man to qualify for the Olympics in sport climbing back in 2019. It's a mashup of the different disciplines, speed, bouldering, and lead. He did well in bouldering and will bring home the silver. Women's action tonight. I want to take you to other wrestling. In Tokyo, wrestler Helen Maroulis, who won gold in Rio in 2016, has had to deal with a lot of injuries along the way. Concussions, severe shoulder injuries. But last night in the bronze medal match against an opponent from Mongolia, she comes back, dominates the event, I should say, comes back to the Olympics and takes home a 2nd medal. She beat a 13-time world champion Japan to win a surprise gold. Inspired by her mom, Paula, helped her stay in the sport, and she brings home yet another Olympic medal. U.S. women's water polo team topped the athletes from Russia, the ROC.
the opportunity to see a guy like that, I mentioned to my dad, that's special, because you don't get to see guys like that dominate the game in such a way, you know, and actually be there at the ballpark to see it happen. So I'm proud to say that my dad was able to watch him, and you know, his loss will affect so many people in this game, and he's done so much in the game. It's really sad.
I mean, to put it into context for people, the type of pitcher that J.R. Richard was, not only physically imposing, he was 6'8". At a time, you know, we live in an era now where so many players are bigger and stronger. Richard struck out 303 hitters in 1978, then followed that up in '79 with 313 strikeouts. He pitched 35 complete games between the '78 and '79 seasons. And he was on pace to have his best season in 1980. He had a 1.90 ERA in the first half. If we're saying, you know what, I'm not feeling well, there was some speculation as to whether or not he received the appropriate medical treatment at the time. He wasn't feeling well. He was checked out. He came back to the team. He was warming up and suffered a stroke on the field. And he had a couple of rehab opportunities, but never returned to Major League Baseball. A tragic story of a dominant pitcher in the 1970s, J.R. Richard.
Yeah, another thing I saw was Dusty Baker talking about him, he faced him during his playing career often, and he mentioned that they had a few catchers, and one coming in, his arm in a sling, and another on crutches, saying that they had the JR-itis, which is when you're just scared of having to catch him or even face him. And Hall of Famer Joe Morgan mentioned he had the greatest stuff that he had ever seen. So some big statements coming out of some guys that, you know, played along him.
On a staff, by the way, that included Nolan Ryan, right? So I mean, 2 out of 4 times, I think, back then through the rotation, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, you're getting either J.R. Richard or Nolan Ryan. I mean, that incredible to think about.
Yeah, that's one of those days hey, Skip, I'm feeling a little tight today.
Miller comes inside, and that got a piece of Dansby Swanson.
And we've seen him run a couple of those fastballs up there. This one looks like it's off the shoulder of Swanson. That's one of those ones where he's going to be icing that thing. That got the meat of the shoulder and back area. Anytime you get hit right there, that's an automatic. You can chalk that up as an ice pack after the game.
That is the third hits batsman by Cardinal relief pitching here in this game, and that one is in tight to Duvall. So that's now 78 hit batsmen by Cardinal relief pitching on the season, by far the most in baseball, on the heels of an inning in which they walked 5 batters, 4 with the bases loaded, all of them in a row. And Duvall walks one to left. O'Neill under it on the warning track for the first out of the inning.
Duvall just missed that pitch up in the zone. You know, that's one of those ones where you get a mistake and you can really put this game away if you hit a 3-run homer right there. So Miller gets away with one right there, and we get a new pitcher coming in.
is going to come on in relief. St. Louis trying to stop it right here, keep it a 4-run game in the ninth.
An F-150 isn't an F-150 because of the name on the tailgate. It's an F-150 because it's built for tough, built to haul more, built to tow more, for the people who count on it. Because they know that brawn can get the job done, that it takes brains and brawn to get it done right. Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
There's another beach out there calling your name. Let's go say, hola. Adios, agendas. We've got bright new flavors to discover. Uncharted spots to find. And new beaches to hop to next. So let's say adios to whatever holds us back. And hola to the incredibly refreshing world of Corona Hard Seltzer.
Hear ye, people and common folk, how I have ended up on this yoke. Before you stands the king's great jester, a starlight poet until yester. But all of a sudden, oh what a drag, the king understood my every gag. This of course caused some commotion, all because of that one potion. At once his royal highness knew the joke's on him, and I was through. He drove me forth with arrows and slings, 'cause then I knew Red Bull gave him wings.
The Seahawks will line up for the two-point conversion.
Sports Center coming up after the game. We'll go one-on-one with Big Ben Roethlisberger. Hey, the NFL season kicked off tonight. The Hall of Fame game between the Cowboys and the Steelers. Huge news, probably the biggest sports news on the planet today. Lionel Messi leaving Barcelona. What's next for him? Plus, the Phillies finish off another comeback. Ripple effects through the National League East. Sports Center coming up after our game. Sixth pitcher of the night is on for the St. Louis Cardinals, Andrew Miller. The veteran left-hander, once one of the most dominant left-handed pitchers in the game. He's appearing in just the 6th game since the All-Star break, 3.70 ERA. And he's trying to keep this a 4-run game. And on first and second, one out, and Jock Peterson digging in. Is that Mr. T?
No, he don't have the chains.
That's good. That's a good point.
Maybe a couple of these chains and he'll be good to go.
X, I credit any Cardinal fan for hanging in there after this one.
Yes, that's the one thing that Cardinal fans, it doesn't get much better than that. These fans are so passionate about their team. You know, you see the sea of red every night come out and support these guys. They understand the game. You won't find them booing their own players. So it was really special for me having the opportunity to play at Busch Stadium in front of so many great fans with so much support. You'll get so many messages on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever it may be. And it's always love and positivity. And I think that was one of the most special things for me as a young player coming up, and being able to be embraced by that, even in the minor leagues. For me, I remember playing in the minor leagues in single A and going over and playing in Columbia, which I don't recommend to anybody during winter ball, but so many fans support, hey, tell us what it's like playing over there in Columbia, just getting so much positivity.
Well, finally some positivity for the Cardinal bullpen, right? Andrew Miller comes on, gets Peterson to bounce into the double play. We head to the bottom of the ninth in St. Louis.
Every time nacho fries came back, that warm nacho cheese sauce was drawing.
regained the lead.
Gained the lead. Gained the lead. Gained the lead.